Hello everybody, and welcome to another day of Mr. Dragon Rose streams. I know you've been hearing that a lot lately if you've been watching. Today we are gonna play some Genshin Impact. I hope you enjoyed Arc last night, and Stardew the day before that. I think Monday we're due for another Cozy Grove. But we're gonna continue along as we have been. I don't really have a whole lot to chatter about this time, so let's go ahead. Alrighty. So I did some grinding off stream and I got characters ascended and rearranged my party a bit. I don't know if this is what I'm going to stay with for long, but it will do for the moment. So we'll run through and get these off my screen. We are going to be doing the Windblume today because it gives me the option to quick start it. And because I think that's funny. See, I can do a quick start on it. Just let me check to make sure there's nothing else.
Everything's ready.
I've tried to do the Abyss a bit, but I haven't really gotten through it that much. Okay, let's try these guys. I didn't realize I hadn't done the trials on these. So we'll start with them, then maybe we'll do commissions, and then we'll do the Windblume. I've done these on my main account. That's probably why I forgot I hadn't done them yet. Hey! My screen was going, but I pretty much just started, yeah? I'm like a minute in. There was a black screen with nothing for a while. That's bizarre. It shouldn't have been. I'll check out the VOD later to see what's up with that. Maybe it was just a lag?
Let's get it on!
Jesus, there's a lot of these guys.
Come on! We can do it! Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen.
You're dead meat!
Well, is it working now? Okay, good. Yeah, I'll check the VOD on that later, but that's weird. Maybe I should pause a little longer on opening screen before I get started. I only paused for like 10 seconds before I went and dived in. I didn't have a lot of opening stuff to say today. Let's see, Sinos.
Surrender!
Let's dance! Steady as stone.
Judgment is upon you.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, no, I already knew it from trying on my main account, but yeah, I'm doing Sino next.
Their penance is due! Your sins weigh upon your soul.
This is too good.
Their penance is due!
Yeah, no, I'm doing Sino for the next one. Not just because the other one's going on standard after this, but also just because he's badass. Oh yeah, I also had Adventure Rank 30, so I think we have a world quest to do too, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Maybe we'll do that later.
Nice and spicy. Teamwork is dreamwork. Get out of here! Take cover!
Okay, this one's ascended enough that he doesn't get the blow up.
Booba, get them! Eat this!
I do like Bennett. He's quite good. World quest is what's gating me from being able to ascend half my characters. I just ascended them! But yes, I know I need to do the world quest. I just meant, like, I'll worry about it after I do, like, commissions and stuff.
Yeah, teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it up! Adventure!
Okay, that's the trials done. We've got Windblume. I'll do the quick start on that one for a second. I still get adventure rank. It's just the world level screwed on that, I think. But yeah, it's... God, I have too many quests. I thought I had needed to do an Ascension quest. Do I not? I don't see it. Yeah, no, none of those are actually Ascension quests. Yeah, I don't actually have an Ascension quest. Maybe not. Oh, Inazuma. Well, yes, I'm working on those quests. I thought you meant the, like, adventure rank up world level thing. I don't know.
The case before us is a strange and unprecedented one indeed.
I think we're over here. Let's check with her. Adventure rank rewards. Do I have a quest? Oh, I don't have a quest for this one. I thought I had a, like, a world rank up quest, like these. Ascension quests. But I guess I don't. So, yay. Yeah, I know the Inazuma one. I'm working on that after I get done the after I get done Windblume, because I want to see that. It's cute. Alright, this one's nearby. That was the wrong button. So let's go do the kids' pirate day. Once we do the commissions, we'll do our wishes, and then we'll do the Windblume Festival, and then we'll go back to working on the world quests. Okay, kid wants to know why they're the captain. It's more fun. As long as Lulu's happy, you're fine with it. You're playing a game. Meng's the captain. Faye's the first mate. Lulu's the rich merchant. We're missing a pirate. The pirate's supposed to come rob us. I'm the pirate. Ahoy, me hearties. Okay, I guess I'm playing pirate with the kids. Hi. Ready? Yeah, sure. We're starting. You have to start. Avasti, I be here to rob ye. In broad daylight? Good luck. The Millith men are right there watching. Lulu, come quickly. We must escape. Hello, Mr. Pirate. What are you here to rob? Mora? I don't have much Mora. Daddy says that on a boat, the most valuable thing is the merchant's goods. How about this? Why don't you go find valuable things for us to use in the game? Then we'll have goods for you to try and steal. Lotus heads will do. We all love eating them. If you're a naughty pirate, the worst thing you can do is steal our favorite food. It's a good thing I have lotus heads. Here you go. Come eat these lotus heads for me. I thought we were supposed to be robbing you. Oh yeah, well, here you are. Take this Mora and stuff. You're great at playing pirate. Not everyone has what it takes to steal all this stuff from a little kid. This kid is subtly mocking us. Yes, she is. What did we get for that anyways? Enhancement or companionship experience. That's hilarious. Hilly Trill Towers, Laylee. Oh god, a slime balloon. Okay, let's start with that one just because it sucks. I hate the slime balloon ones. They're so terrible. I'll probably want him. Be the easiest. Easiest way to do this is if I can get on top of the balloon and just hit it. Lunatone escaped. I didn't know it was there. Must have been before I started streaming.
Yeah. Witness the power of Gua.
They're kind of just shooting into nothing, but okay. I fell off.
Opening box of Adepti
Rain outlines your fate.
Don't be scared.
This is getting dumb. It's also quite loud. I need to change my volume settings.
You're up. Incinerate.
What do you think, Micropixels? How's the volume setting? Is this too loud on the game? Not bad? Damn it. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. Yeah, thank you. Yes, it is. There's nothing I can do about that, though. Yeah, well, you suck. It's just sad.
Life goes on.
I think I do slightly more damage with Yanfei. I need to keep having her chase it, though. Well, that happened. What weapons do I have these guys on? Can I just, yep. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna... Give me a minute. What about artifacts? I will look at those next. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do more off-stream grinding, aren't I? Oh, Chi-Chi's not even, I don't even have her ascended. Oh my god. Do I even have enough to ascend her? Yeah, cool, 400. I don't care. I'm not bothering putting that on there. Okay, yeah. I probably need to do some grinding. Artifacts, right, yeah. I don't know. Why are you on a healing one? Everybody's on healing. I don't know. I'm gonna go do a different commission. Wow, yeah, that's totally meant not. This one is also gonna suck. Okay.
Time to act. No, my sword.
Moments I wish I had a fucking bow user. Come at me. Come on.
Go.
Rain outlines your fate.
Boom boom! Stay put! Yeah.
Where are they coming next? Okay, there. Come on, don't get stuck on things.
You, Glade! You're up!
Okay, I survived that one. I will take what I can get. That was less sad. This is a destroy towers one, and sadly, I don't have a claymore user on me right now, so this is going to be a little slower. I'll start with this one by the water.
No, my sword. Let me read you a verse.
Motion to compel!
Bye. Shit, more things to attack me. Are we good? We're good. Okay. Let's go try the slime balloon again. Hopefully this will... I'll go with this. I'll go with her. She'll be a good one. She has good rapid fire hit. Hopefully this will be less sad this time. If it is sad and I fail again, I might call Micropixels in for backup. If you're down for that. Definitely are. Once I get close enough, it's gonna start to move. Hey! No fair. Okay, that's annoying.
Don't be scared! Incinerate! Breath of the flame! Orders given. Orders received.
No, my sword.
Oh, you, Glade! You're up!
The problem is some of my characters are too small.
Boom boom!
Rain outlines your fate.
Come on, out. Come on. Out of the wind current. Damn it. This is stupid. It's way over there. Okay, yeah, no, micropixels. Do you want to come? This is dumb. Do I have this turned on? Turn off permissions. I hate the slime balloon. I really do. Hi, it's right down here. Little fuck shit. It's making me want to say a lot of curse words. I hate the slime balloons so much. I always hated it, but like this is dumb. No, stop falling off it. Yo, why are you so short? And that was... Thanks. Okay. Thank you.
Stay put.
Have some heals. That didn't do much for healing. Okay, well... Do you want to stay while I do wishes? I should cash in the commission first, so... I will have to bid you adieu. Thank you. Temporarily unable to end co-op mode. Probably tried to end the same time you were leaving and it wouldn't let me. Yeah, we'll do her little run.
Add Astra.
Hello, give the tiny child
Thank you for
commission reward, please.
Add Astra.
Let me check expeditions. Claim that. That one I definitely need. Well, go do something. Okay. Wishes time. So we've got a fair bit. So first we're gonna buy the 8 more we have with our gems. Then we're gonna buy that. We don't have any of those. So I'm gonna wish on Sino this time. We've got 15. I'm gonna do them as singles because I think that's fun. 3, Harbinger of Dawn. 3, Slingshot. Oh, hey, this one's a good one. We got Bennett. Okay, nothing wrong with Bennett. He's good. 3-star, Harbinger of Dawn again. Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. Magic Guide. Skyrider. Cool Steel. Another bow. Emerald Orb. Hey look, another cool Steel. Bennett's the best support in the game. He is a very good character. I'm very tempted. I adore Yanfei though. Oh hey! Kali! I got a Dendro! I got another Dendro. Damn it, I'm gonna end up rebalancing my party all over again, aren't I? Oh shit, another one. Are we 3 for 3 and get Barbara? Nope, we get another Collie. Okay. And we're out of wishes. And now we have 2 more wishes. And both 3 stars. And oh wait, no, we had standards. Let's do a couple standards. Holy shit. I just keep getting good things. Oh, it's a book. I know that book is good, but it's a book. I like characters. Even if it means more shit I have to grind. Hey look, we can afford more things. Oh, that was the wrong character. Okay, it's not a 5-star, good enough. Okay. Debate club. Of course we end on the debate club.
Such a big deal out of seeking.
Okay. Yep, we got 2 new ones. Neat. That's a cool constellation. And we got him too. So I will have to sort them out probably next time because it's a lot. Boy. I'm gonna need more books.
Everywhere, isn't there?
Okay, so we've done our wishes, we've done our commissions, we've done the trial. I don't even have these prerequisite quests to do, and I know it's because I haven't met some of these characters, but we're gonna go quick start the Windblume anyways. I'm not gonna do those first. Let's just go. I'm gonna get confused. I'm gonna meet characters I've never seen before. It's gonna be fun. Don't worry about it. Okay, didn't make a quest. What do I have to do? I guess it did make a quest. God damn it, a character is involved in other quests. Who? Catherine's busy doing that. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go start Dainsleif and then we'll do this. We're getting a little back and forth here. Tiny child, who apparently didn't want to glide there. Oh, it's pretty! I just noticed. It's all decorated for Windblume. I saw Windblume on my main account last time and I loved it. I'm looking forward to this. Okay,
Traveler,
Catherine.
please, over here.
Let's just auto this.
It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
I'm recruiting new allies.
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
Nope. Okay. Are you gonna keep talking?
Yep. And it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before.
Hey, it's us. Yeah, we know where this is going.
What? Do you mean...
Could it be?
Does that stranger's face look anything like hers?
Hmm? Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
No, he doesn't, though. Just some distant relative of Kaya's, then. No.
Seriously?
I mean, yes.
How does
But no,
this have
but
anything to do
yes.
with Kaya?
This is
I
dumb.
just can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested.
Wait,
Perhaps
the Adventurers
he might
Guild tried to
accept your
recruit
commission
Dainsleif?
instead.
I forgot
After
about
all,
that. That's
It
hilarious.
is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's
hilarious.
requests. And should
Okay.
the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
Sounds like a tough customer.
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all.
And I also just saved Lee away.
Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
Well, alright then, about that stranger.
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Thanks. Oh, hey! Sucrose is here now. I have a feeling we're tossing we're tossing another cutscene.
Good day, you two. It's nice to see you here at this festive time.
Hi.
So, got any jobs for us?
It's the Windblume.
I'm afraid I'd struggle to find you any commissions in the near future. With the arrival of the Windblume Festival, the only task most Mondstadters are busy with is preparing gifts for their loved ones. But it's customary to do this oneself without assistance. Think of this period as the off-season for the Mondstadt branch of the Adventurers Guild.
So go to Leeway if you need a commission.
Spring is here, love is in the air, and everyone wants to relax and enjoy themselves. Even the cats at the tavern next door have been getting lovey-dovey with
Are
one
we gonna
another
get a kid in
recently.
plotline?
Gross.
Paimon!
Feeling you get when you burst out the doors after a nice nap, hoping to make it to the store before the limited edition drinks sell out, only to get there just in time to see the last 2 glasses snatched away right from under your nose by a couple of pesky lovebirds? That's what this feels like.
Same, Lumine. Same. That's very specific of you, Paimon.
Perhaps you two could simply take this chance to...
Traveler, Paimon, thank goodness I found you. There's something I need your help with.
Hey, Sucrose. Who we haven't actually... Yeah, we haven't actually met her at some point. That's cute.
Woo! Sucrose?
Whoa, someone needs help after all?
What is wrong with you? That's no way to greet a friend we haven't seen in so long.
You mean a friend I've never met?
No, not help like in the Windblume sense. It's just... How do I explain?
Go ahead, Sucrose. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway.
Phew. Okay, here's the situation. I've been appointed as the Windblume Festival's special ambassador by the Knights of Favonius this year. My task is to do good deeds for people during this festival of gratitude and love.
Okay.
Nice one. So how did they decide who to appoint anyway?
They spun an empty bottle donated by Angel's Share inside a circle with all our names on it. Whoever's name the bottle stopped at got chosen.
Yeah, that's the Knights of Favonius there for you. Who gives a shit about competence when you can get random chance? This method seems a bit arbitrary.
I think so too. But everyone said that it was to make it fair, so everyone had an equal chance to become the special ambassador.
That doesn't seem equal.
The thing is, I'm not great at dealing with people, so I was really daunted by it at first. But I'm still glad that I got this role. Luckily, I came up with a way to spur myself on, which has helped. Have a look.
It's an empty vial.
Is that a test tube?
Yep, every time I do a good deed for someone, I get them to breathe into a test tube. That way, I can collect everyone's breaths of joy.
Sounds
okay.
fascinating. Are you gonna use them in your research?
Yes. I believe these breaths of joy will serve as valuable raw materials for alchemical transmutation. With any luck, I'll be able to produce something truly miraculous.
Like an extra sweet flower?
Darn, now Paimon's hungry. Wait, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
No.
Actually, I meant something even more exciting than that. I can't say for sure until I have more test results to confirm my hypothesis, though. Alchemists mustn't make claims they can't live up to. Anyway, I'm still missing one final breath of joy.
Oh, is that all you need help with? Then just treat Paimon to a sweet madame. Then you'll get your last breath of joy.
Paimon, be serious.
Hey, come on! Paimon's doing her best to help, okay? So, does it need to be more like official or ceremonious or something?
No, joy isn't measured in those terms at all. Let me put it this way. Have you ever planted a fruit seed and cared for it while it grows? In the same way that those tender, sweet fruits are the product of your time and effort, the amount of joy derived from an experience is positively correlated to the degree of hardship overcome during it.
I don't think so,
For
but
example,
okay.
in my case, I would say that to experience a statistically significant amount of joy, I'd have to do something like spend 6 months developing a medicine formula to a point where it was finally consistently effective.
Okay, I get the point they're going for here, but I would like to just make a simple disclaimer. Take joy in the little things. Have joy in your everyday life. You don't need to overcome hardship to have joy. You don't have to earn it. Happiness is a part of life, and it's a very desirable part. Just enjoy your life. You don't need to overcome hardship to get it.
Similarly, in order to collect a significant amount of joy from other people, I have to find ways to do something sufficiently challenging on their behalf.
That's not how it
I
works.
notice it now. Long story short, you want us to help you find people for you to help. Oh, that's pretty tough given that it's the Windblume Festival and all.
Oh, I figured since you're such experienced travelers, you might have some ideas. But if even you don't know how to approach this...
We can't give up yet.
Yes.
Well, if she's in, then Paimon will help too. With the talking, anyway. But,
Yep.
if things don't work out, can Paimon still get that sweet madame?
No one else is talking about a sweet madame but you,
Come
Paimon.
on,
Okay, yeah, thank
traveler.
you.
This is a festival of gratitude and love, after all. How could you refuse?
Excuse me,
I'm with
Sucrose.
Lumi in
Could I
there.
borrow you for a second? Package for you.
Oh, sure. Be right back.
Wait, is that who Paimon thinks it is? That's Kale, right? When did she arrive in Mondstadt?
It's somebody we don't know.
Let's go say hi.
We're gonna go say hi to all the people we don't know. Oh, this is gonna be a ridiculous festival. Yeah, we'll ask Lawrence about the stranger later. I'm doing a gathering of Outlanders. Oh, okay, that's the... Jesus Christ, that just went through a lot of new quests. What is exploding population? Okay, whatever. Not very high on my list of stuff going on here. Navigate with that one. Talk to Kali. I want to talk to her first.
And that's everything.
Yep.
Can I actually shop
And
with you right
that's
now?
everything.
Yep.
No? Okay. Hey, other person I don't know.
Kale, hey!
Oh. Hey, you guys. What are the chances?
You were staring into space just now. Something the matter?
No, don't worry. I'm fine.
Hey, here we go. She gets bad headaches. Okay, here we go. I was wondering why that was starting in the middle. Hear her praise to the skies in such terms. One thing gives her a headache. Oh, she has trouble with literacy. That's cute. Oh, poor dear.
I was just looking at a Mondstadt children's book in the souvenir shop over there. While I was
I
flipping
love
through
her
it,
outfit.
a piece of paper fell out. The writing on it was really mysterious. Almost like a prophecy. If you can do these things, you may light the lantern
That's great.
of utmost joy and receive a supreme blessing.
I love her outfit.
And what does these things refer to?
Find a flower that is not of this world. Find a guide who will never get lost. Find one who would never lie. Find a legend that never ends. So, 4 things in total. Here, have a look. I asked a lady who owns the store about it, but she said that she didn't know anything about any paper slips.
Perhaps we can ask a friend about this later. This is a special item which will be important later.
Hi there. Sorry to butt in, but what's the name of that storybook you just mentioned?
Hi, Sucrose.
It was called The Boar Princess.
Oh, that one comes up again?
That is strange. I've read that book, and it sounds like that note you found has no relation to the story at all. Do you know her?
Let Paimon do the honors.
Awkward.
Hi, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. And Sucrose, meet Kale. She's a trainee forest ranger from Sumeru's Avidia Forest.
And Mystic, meet them both, because we've never met them before.
Hi.
But quick starts are nice. Oh god, we've got two awkward beings together, don't we? God damn it.
This is getting awkward fast. They're both so shy.
So, Sucrose, what are your thoughts on this prophecy? Could it be real?
Without having done any research, I couldn't comment definitively.
I love both their outfits. They're so cute.
But if you want my subjective opinion, I don't think that it's a nasty prank or anything.
Why not?
The only people who read children's books are those with a childlike wonder and imagination. Or children, of course. I'm sure that whoever put this prophecy there
I
would
have a feeling it's
understand that.
Klee.
Would they really do this just to spread lies and ruin someone's innocence? I can't imagine anyone being so cruel.
Sadly, I
That's
can,
a
but...
great take. I love it.
Exactly. Who would want to hurt a child's feelings?
Okay, so what do you think the blessing is, Sucrose?
If I had to guess, maybe a fairy that can make people's wishes come true or something? I haven't read many fairy tales, so this is pure speculation. With no other information on hand or prior research to compare against, I'm afraid it might not even be worth considering.
I am dying of the
Wow.
cute.
Her guesswork is really good, though. I want to pick her brain some more. But will she find it annoying if I keep asking her questions? We've only just met after all. What's the best thing to say to someone you're meeting for the first time?
Would you like to get the Lantern of Utmost Joy?
Well, yes. I mean, if possible.
Then, what would you wish for, Kale?
I'd wish for a better personality.
Your personality is fine. You are cute as hell. I just met you, but you're adorable.
You can't waste it on that. You've got a great personality already.
That's very kind of you. But if you know me like I do... Kale!
Oh.
I know that voice! It's...
What, Amber? Okay. I mean, archers know each other, I guess?
Kale! You made good time, huh? You're way earlier than I expected. I spotted your green hair way off in the distance. Good thing my eyes are sharp, or I'd have missed you.
Well, you are an outrider.
Amber! Have you been doing well? Did you finish all the pita pockets I brought you last time? You bet.
Aw.
They're getting yummier each time you make them.
Hi, Amber. Nice for
Wait,
interrupting.
remind Paimon, have you been to Mondstadt before?
A long time ago, I had a lot of help from a lot of people here in Mondstadt. So ever since my Alizar got better, I've been looking out for an opportunity to come back to Mondstadt and tell them all the news that I've been cured.
I have a feeling that cure happens in plot, so, I mean, I guess spoilers, but it's alright. Great.
Thanks. If it's okay with everyone, why don't I take Kale for a walk around town? I'd like to show her some of the places she didn't get to see last time.
Of course.
I mean, we were having a
Fine by me.
conversation, but sure.
Sure, go right ahead.
Sorry, Amber. I agreed to meet my traveling companions by the city gate in a few minutes, so I can't go with you just yet. Oh, that's all right. In that case, you guys go rest up, and I'll go see Master Jean to ask for some time off. Oh, okay. Traveler Sucrose, could you look after Kale for now? I'll come
I
get her
think
later
she's
and take her
good.
out. There's still a whole bunch of people I need to introduce her to.
Sure, no problem.
You can count on us.
Awesome. See you.
Okay, bye, Amber.
You all right there, Kale? You look kinda disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm just feeling a little shy today. Don't worry about me.
That's fair.
Amber wants to introduce me to more of her friends. Am I gonna be able to cope? I've only met Sucrose so far, and I'm already struggling to make conversation.
Well, the good news is Amber doesn't shut up, so...
Self-confidence. Then I'd find it much easier to make friends with people. It's nearly time! Let's go to the gate and see if they've arrived.
Okay. I mean, Amber never shuts up, so you'll probably be fine with conversation there. Oh, hey, I can talk to her now. I'd like to get special souvenirs, please. Commemorative bloom, lyre. Neat. I think that was with the games for last time. Browse items. What do you got, anyways? I need some of these. Might as well just grab these while I'm here. They only have so many, so. There we go. Mondstadt is so pretty during Windblume. I love it. At the gates. Oh, hey, it's these guys. Who I also haven't met.
Why is this humble windmill such a great view?
Oh.
I mean, it's understandable. It must have been a long time since you last came to Mondstadt.
They're gonna scare
Because
Timmy's
it is
pigeons.
the true great Vayu Viastra.
What? Okay. Known across Sumeru for his ruthlessness, he strikes fear into the hearts of researchers. Da-da-da. I mean, considering he started with puns. Oh, he's a passionate TCG player. Oh, God. Okay, so what I'm hearing is he's a badass, but he's also a dork. He's so tired. Didn't want to teach, stayed in the rainforest. Some fools. Oh, Jesus. The only thing that's not adorable and refreshing is people who eat poisonous mushrooms. Oh my god.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't get it. View, Vayu, and also Mahamatra, Vayu Viastra. No?
I don't know what those words mean. Okay.
Tanari! Sino! Over here!
Hi.
Whew, am I glad to see you.
Denari is so done. I love this. I haven't met these two but they're delightful.
And who's this young lady?
Master, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. We just met. Sucrose, this is my teacher Tainari. He's a highly respected forest watcher in Sumeru, and he's also a very famous botanist.
Kale's exaggerating. I'm Tainari. Pleased to meet you.
So you have a teacher as well. The pleasure is all mine, Tainari, sir.
Yep, he's extremely knowledgeable too. And this is General Mahamatra Sino of the Sumeru Academia. He's really famous in Sumeru as well.
Greetings. Though if I might say so, we're purely here for personal reasons. You needn't be unduly
How are you
concerned
not
with our official
cold?
positions. And Kale, there's no need to use my full title. Sino is fine. Or sir, if you absolutely must.
Indeed. We're not here in an official capacity, just to keep Kale company on her vacation.
Keep me company? But it was you two that insisted on coming.
Kale is very important to us. We felt obliged to ensure her safety on the long, treacherous journey to Mondstadt.
I haven't met any of these characters in the actual plotline yet, but I'm going on the assumption here that 1, these two dudes are dating, and 2, that's their adopted daughter. If someone would like to contradict me, feel free, but I don't know if I'll believe you until I actually get to their plot.
But I've been here on my own loads of times before.
Yeah.
What about your work, though? What if something bad happens while the
Nah,
General
you ship them?
Mahamatra's away?
There should be no issues. I have left my duties in the hands of my subordinates, and 2 especially reliable helpers.
Oh, Sucrose. What were you saying about you having a teacher as well?
Hey, we're gonna get Albedo in on
I was
this.
just going to mention that I think we're in a somewhat similar situation. I'm an assistant to Mr. Albedo, Mondstadt's genius alchemist.
Oh, please, Sucrose.
Oh god,
Genius
he's here too.
is an unnecessary epithet. It will serve only to leave an exaggerated impression of me in the minds of our guests.
Hey, it's Albedo. I technically haven't met him yet either, but it's fine. Soil and chalk. Very pretty. No end in sight to his research. Okay.
Mr. Albedo, but it is an objective truth.
Hey, Albedo's here too! Great! The more the merrier!
We're having a party! Jesus.
So tell me, Sucrose, since your specialty is bioalchemy, what do you know about the antitoxic properties of the calla lily?
Wait! Can we hold off on the nerdy topic for now? Paimon doesn't want to be left out.
Oh,
Too bad,
as
Paimon.
it happens, I've studied the calla lily in quite some detail before. With it being a species native to Mondstadt, I wrote a whole report on my findings. If you're interested, Mr. Tainari, sir, I can go get it for you.
We're supposed to be here on vacation, and you're already thinking about how to improve your herbal medicines? Also, I thought we'd agreed to take on new identities for this trip.
Well, that failed immediately.
What new identities?
Mine was Adventurer Sino, skilled desert explorer. Tainari's was technological consultant to the treasure hoarders, and Kale's was traveling musician.
What? You did what? I'm sorry, technological consultant to the treasure hoarders? You were... what? And you find that sort of roleplay fun?
Very much so.
Sino, what the fuck?
I
He's
do
so
wish some of
tired.
the less cautious adventurers in the Avidya forest would consider coming
He's
to
so
Mondstadt
tired.
instead. What Philanimo mushrooms lack in texture, they make up for in not causing vomiting or diarrhea.
Are you
Oh my God.
contemplating using some compounds from the calla lily as active ingredients in a targeted antidote?
Yes, I gathered a few on the way here, and my initial research suggests to me that it could be worth a
Airfruta.
try.
Okay, I got it.
Oh my
But-
god.
As much as I don't wish to be a wet blanket, it takes a huge amount of experimental data to conclusively prove how different drugs interact. Estimating the total development time would be very difficult. Add in the time for procurement and delivery of essential materials, and I'm not sure if we could complete development before you need to return.
Oh, Albedo's doing something.
Then please, allow me to help.
Was he checking his
Mr.
calendar?
Apologies for my tardy entrance in the present discussion. I
He was too busy
understand you're
doing
looking
art
to
or
make
something?
an antidote for poisonous fungi, correct? If you happen to have some samples with you, or relevant documentation on hand, perhaps you might give me the chance to review them later. But before that, I invite the three of you to look at this.
So just the three of them, not me? Oh, okay. Accommodations, da-da-da, reception areas. What is this? Multiple collection methods. What the hell?
Food and lodging arrangements.
Did you just set up a whole trip
Quietly
itinerary
writing
for
this
them?
up the whole time? Paimon didn't even notice.
Impressive multitasking. Did you set up a whole itinerary for people you just met that you don't know if they have other plans? Albedo, what the hell?
Hardly. Rather, I should apologize for interrupting a serious discussion between trained professionals, especially after
Okay.
they've traveled so far to be here, when I myself am neither an adventurer, nor a technological consultant, nor a musician.
But you are a troll.
Nevertheless, I would encourage you to have a knowledgeable local arrange your detailed itinerary while you're in Mondstadt. Take a look.
Like Amber.
And should you find anything here to be objectionable, it can easily be adjusted.
Albedo,
This is
what
too
the
kind of
hell?
you. These arrangements are quite excellent.
It looks great. Even Paimon feels like tagging along for the food and board.
You're not included in this itinerary.
That's why it's called tagging along.
Okay,
Very
Paimon.
comprehensive. The adventurer, technological consultant, and musician all approve.
Are we seriously? Okay,
Thank
we're
you.
seriously sticking with this.
Just
All
one
right.
thing. We'd like the chance to cook as well. Why don't we change the group dinner to a camping and cooking trip?
Did you not have other plans? What about
the
Amber?
I can help too.
And Paimon will take her to Good Hunter to order some starters. Mondstadt's cold cut platter is not to be missed.
Okay, 1, apparently we're included now. 2, I ship Kali and Sucrose now, so that's happening.
Great. Then it's decided.
Albedo, what are you doing?
Sucrose and I will bring the 3 of you to your inn for a quick rest. You two.
You didn't know any of their arrangements. She's got to go meet Amber. They've got things planned. I'm assuming after we get done the plot, we have like some games and stuff where we can earn gems. I'm looking forward to those. This is bizarre.
Hey, Sarah. Can we have a cold cut platter to go?
Sure. Coming right up. Would you like anything else?
Do we, want anything else?
Yeah, that'll be all.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be all.
Oh, you know what? Let's have a sweet madame as well.
Yay! You're the best
Aww.
person in the whole wide world!
She's just laughing.
Paimon will give you the sweet flower from that sweet madame as a Windblume.
Just don't ruin your appetite for later.
No need to worry about that. Paimon can make room for good food.
Oh my god.
All right. Just a moment.
Polishes off the entire sweet madame.
If that was a Windblume treat, then Paimon wishes it could be the Windblume Festival every day.
That'd be cool. It's very pretty. Just gonna button line. I don't remember what a sweet madame looks like. Apparently I have a lot of recipes to purchase. It's not like I don't have the cash. What is that, 2 mil? Two that need higher adventure rank. No sweet madame here, but alright. Okay, we're going camping. Where are we going camping? Oh, we're going camping right outside the gates. Okay. One sec, I'm gonna learn the recipes. That wasn't what I was looking for. Huge bag of Mora. Funds provided by child. I can't get them back though. Sizable. No, it doesn't. Huh. Okay, anyways. Good to know I have some of those built up. My god, I need to take some trips to statues. Look at all the pretty flowers. Oh, hey, there's this stuff. What are you working on? Preparing to welcome guests, fun activities for the Windblume. Some of it's being held up. What activities we got? Ballads of the Breeze, Floral Pursuit, and Breezy Snapshoots. So no, it's not up yet, but wrong button. I guess we're down here by the fish guy.
Was it sunk even further?
But I haven't said anything yet. You're trying to build a boat? Oh. You're trying to You're building a boat out of dandelions. Are you... Buddy. Pal. Honey. No. The stupid.
All right.
It burns.
Looks like we're all here.
We're not late, are we?
Not at all. We just came early to set everything up, since we happen to be free today.
This is cute.
Kali put up the tent so quickly, but still managed to tie very sturdy knots. You can really tell that she's a professional. I didn't do much apart from passing materials around.
Thanks. It's all thanks to Master and Sino. They taught me everything I know.
What can I say? For a skilled adventurer, this is just another day on the job.
You're really committed to the bit, aren't you?
Finished? Or were you going to sing each other's praises till the moon rises? Come on, let's all sit down.
Okay, yep. Brings out their food and starts cooking. After a delicious feast, everyone sits around the campfire.
That sunshine sprat was really very good. I didn't watch you cook it, but I believe that the prominent umami flavor of the dish owes itself to more than the fish alone.
That's correct. Any further deductions?
Let me
these are
think.
just dorks.
The aroma was quite uniform. Unlike that of a spice blend, it was also unfamiliar to me. So I would venture that it was a Mondstadt specialty. As far as edible Mondstadt plant species are concerned, calla lilies are usually used in soups. So if I had to guess, small lampgrass?
That's right. I've long heard that Sumeru's fish with cream sauce is noted for its gentle texture, which brings out the tenderness of the fish. Here in Mondstadt, we're not quite as varied in the use of spices as in Sumeru, but the principle of bringing certain distinct flavors to the forefront through combinations of natural ingredients is very much the same.
I liked it a lot. I'm curious as to the exact ratio of ingredients.
I'll write a copy of the recipe for you.
Would anyone like to try the nutrient-dense meal I made?
Her feet don't touch the floor!
What about you, Kale? It doesn't look like you've eaten very much. Is your appetite low at the moment?
No. I just don't eat a lot normally.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm shipping them. Refused, I ship.
Sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward.
Oh god, none of their feet touch the floor.
While we were on the road, we spotted something white, walking on two legs.
Paimon doesn't walk.
Was that Paimon?
Which day was this?
Just after passing through Stonegate.
This is gonna be a dumb pun.
Are you sure your eyes were working that day? Or maybe your hood was blocking your vision?
Paimon doesn't walk.
Flies. There's no way she'd ever walk.
Is that right?
This is gonna be a dumb pun.
I thought that you'd made me snacked on too many local ground nuts.
Oh god, it's this one.
No? Not funny?
No!
Ground, you know. As in ground up, but also the ground. Ground nuts make you fall to the ground.
Is no one gonna stop him from explaining?
Think of this as part of the process of getting to know Sino. The bright side, these jokes show that he thinks of you as his friends.
Still, we could test the hypothesis.
That's not a hypothesis. What are you talking about?
That plant species indigenous to Mondstadt may have an effect on the motor functions of flying life forms.
Hey!
That's not a hypothesis. What are you doing?
Anyway, by your logic, wouldn't that mean that eating, say, Zaitun peaches, that would make a sick Paimon peachy in no time or something?
Lavender melons would have no effect. I say we put these theories to the test.
Hey! Not you too!
Get wrecked, emergency food.
I think the Traveler and Paimon's conversations are more entertaining than Sino's jokes.
That's because they are.
I see. You must have been keeping quiet about this grievance for quite some time now.
Aww.
You seem much cheerier now that you're here in Mondstadt, Sino. Actually, it feels like you're a completely different person.
That's because I'm Sino the Adventurer.
That's not funny.
It's not?
In fairness, you only saw him in his work mode while you were in Sumeru. He's actually like this most of the time when he's in a good mood.
Yep, it's true. Sometimes when he's eating, he'll grumble about how the bowl is too shallow for the amount of food it contains and other random stuff like that.
I understand.
Yeah, no,
Then
they're
allow me
married.
to reintroduce myself. Before, you knew me as General Mahamatra Sino. Now, please see me as Sino the Adventurer.
No. This is dumb.
So that's another thing he does. He'll keep repeating something he thinks is funny until you stop trying to resist.
So you have
He's
two
so
different
tired.
mental states? Almost like different phases of matter. Interesting. I want to learn to do that too.
That's not what's
I
happening.
think in your case, the two states we would end up with would be highly conscientious sucrose and stupefied sucrose.
Oh,
by the
Albedo,
way,
that's mean.
Was there any reason in particular that you chose Mondstadt as your destination on this occasion?
Oh, well, Lisa once told me that the Windblume Festival is one of Mondstadt's biggest events of the year. I wanted to take this opportunity to give everyone a Windblume as a token of my heartfelt gratitude for everything they've done to look after me.
Plus, it was a good chance for Kale to get out and meet some new people.
Kale Lily.
What?
Okay.
Kale's Windblume. Maybe she should call it a Kale Lily. It sounds very Mondstadt.
I like the addition of the music and his deadpan
There's
stare.
also Cauliflower, which would technically make more sense. But somehow, it
Okay,
doesn't
we got the
sound as
deadpan
nice.
now too. I mean, a Kale Lily would be cute if she gave the lilies, but
Moving swiftly on.
just gonna completely
Part
ignore
of
that.
the conversation. Guess sometimes that's the only way forward.
Okay.
Sumeru's been through some major changes recently, and things
That
at
haven't
work have only
started
just
yet.
started to calm down. I don't get many opportunities to take a vacation, and this was a chance to join Kale on her trip while also learning a few things about Mondstadt's flora and fauna that I'll be able to pass on to my peers and students on my return. Two birds with one stone.
How about you, Sino?
I came to ensure Kale's safety.
That's just an excuse.
You're such
Plain
a
and
dad.
simple.
You came to
Also,
spend time with your boyfriend.
There's the matter of a Genius Invocation TCG custom-made card back.
You're here for a
So
trade.
you did have an
I still can't
ulterior
believe he's
motive.
obsessed with the trading cards.
Have you all played Genius Invocation TCG before?
Nope.
Well, you should. For the sake of our continued friendship.
I
When
guess
I
we're not
first
friends
began
then.
contemplating getting a new card back, I asked around before eventually deciding to ask the legendary
Dear
Mr.
Lord.
Couts for guidance. A friend of mine, Sawada, whom I played cards with on occasion, had been to Inazuma for the Irodori festival. He told me that Couts was a Mondstadter, so I should try my luck there.
Inazuma's
House?
still locked.
Isn't that...
You mean, he's a friend of yours?
I see. So, you came to Mondstadt in search of Calx.
Why do I have a feeling it's him?
No, that is inaccurate. I came here principally to protect Kale.
Why do I have a feeling it's a fake name
You
for
most
Albedo?
certainly did not. Kale's been here on the quiet numerous times, and this is the first time you felt the need to
Tenor
join.
is so done.
Not only me, same applies to you too, doesn't it?
If my writer friend were here now, I'm sure he would describe this curious coincidence as having the makings
I don't
of a
think
good
so,
story.
no.
It's always a pleasure to meet a fan.
My point was also just where it is in the
Here
story.
he comes.
Wait, you mean you're Mr. Calx?
Wait, who's his writer friend?
Having my new friends address me by my pen name feels
Is his writer friend Book Boy?
somewhat unusual. Please, just call me Albedo.
Huh. So you're Calx.
Yeah, Book Boy? Okay.
Sino's been talking about you non-stop recently. He's intent on getting
is
you to
just
design a
some great
bespoke card
coincidence.
back for him.
Even Venti would say this
You
story
didn't
is a
have
little
to
too
say all
contrived.
that.
I don't usually take private commissions, but I believe that we are friends now, all of us. Our
Sure.
conversations have been deep and interesting, and Sino, your passion for this game is indeed one of a kind. I can see it in your eyes.
Obviously.
And
Oh my
given
God.
that
I
you've
can't wait
come
till I
all
meet this
this way
guy.
from Sumeru to see me, I'd be quite honored to take this commission.
Wow, your teacher's so nice.
I feel the same about yours. Well, they definitely have different personalities, but they're similar when it comes to their character.
So, how much should I budget for the timeless masterpiece you will produce for me?
Surely timeless masterpiece is
Oh my god.
something of an
Please, Daryl.
overstatement.
Any artwork fit to appear on the reverse of my card decks is by definition a timeless masterpiece, even if I do say so myself.
Don't mind him.
He's
These
just...
TCG nut jobs are all like this.
Oh, I don't think he likes the game.
I see. So, this has an almost religious significance. Well, for starters, I'd like to hear a few more of your jokes.
What? Really?
My jokes? You like them?
I do.
Is this gonna become a threesome
Really?
between the three of them?
I didn't see you laughing.
Yeah, well, the joke's ability to induce laughter is a separate matter, but I certainly find them fun.
If I might interrupt,
what?
Does anyone
What?
else smell something strange?
It's probably the cooking.
My nutritional meal!
Will it be okay? Should we go over and take a look too?
It's fine. Why do we have to... we can get away from this. Okay, I think this is gonna end up being these two taking on a third the way this is going. Oh, good.
Only the base is burned. We can still use the cooking pot. It just needs a bit of a wash.
Good thing Tainari's nose is so sharp. Has he been in this kind of situation a lot before?
Don't let it get you down, Sucrose.
I know, it's just... I'm sorry to disappoint Sino. I guess we'll have to do this again another day. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Kali seems a little... depressed. I noticed she was in a low mood when everyone was talking.
Yeah, I get that feeling as well.
Remember that note she received? I was just thinking. I want to try solving this riddle and giving Kali the chance to accept the blessing.
Does she hear us? Is that what this means?
Yeah! She's the one who needs your help.
Exactly. Maybe she'll be willing to breathe into my test tube. But anyway,
Is that
I can
what we're
wait.
calling it these days?
As much as I'd like to make progress in my research, I'd prefer to see her smile.
All right, we'll help out too.
I'm sorry, is there any universe
You will?
where there's a heterosexual explanation
Then
for this?
tell me,
Because I don't have one.
Honestly, do you think that this prophecy is for real too?
I know how I can find out. Do we? I don't.
Right.
Okay, I'll be back shortly.
All right, let's meet at the alchemy crafting bench in the city. I've got some thinking to do in the meantime.
Okay.
We're back.
Oh, what a shame. You just missed a joke about windmills.
Stop, please. I don't need to hear it a fifth time.
He's so
That bad,
done.
huh? Well, now Paimon really wants to hear it for some reason.
Come on.
Didn't you say you want to see the Dragon of the East at some point? When are you going?
Tomorrow morning. And you? What are your plans?
I'll go into the mountains to have a stroll and collect a few plants as samples.
Oh, perhaps I could join you? I'll be looking for inspiration for these card back illustrations.
Found you!
Oh, hey, it's Eula and Amber.
I knew I was onto something as soon as I saw the fire.
Wow, you have really sharp eyes.
That's an outrider for you.
Uh-oh. Did we break the fire safety rules or something?
Actually, you didn't. Strictly speaking, you should have reported your plans first. But since two of our very own alchemists are here, I'm happy to look the other way.
Hey, we didn't set it up, they did.
Yes, introductions. I'm Amber, and this is the Reconnaissance Company Captain Eula, a good friend of mine.
Good evening. You are friends of Kale, yes? A pleasure to meet you.
Eula, who we haven't met. Lawrence clan member by birth. Oppressive, da-da-da, the history thing. They've fallen from grace. Descendants are in contempt for the transgressions of their forebears. She faces it head on. Da-da-da, she still has noble spirit. Greet her no, I'm just...
Oh, Amber and Eula. The pleasure is ours. I've heard a lot about both of you from Kale.
Oh, really? All positive, I hope.
Nah.
You asked that last time too. Of course it was positive.
I'd say. We hear the latest news about you every time you write to Kale.
Yeah, no, they're dating and parenting
Glad to know
Kale.
we've made a good impression so far. Anyway, we're just here to collect Kale, so don't let us interrupt your chat. Come on, Kale. We're gonna take you to check out a few scenic spots.
Okay, great.
Still as high energy as always.
You know Amber?
Yes, we've met. She's Kale's most important friend. And for that, we are also very grateful to her.
Yeah, no, their parents.
That's Amber for you. Her outgoing personality means she can make friends with just about anybody.
It's getting late, and we still have a lot lined up tomorrow. I suggest we all head back and get some rest.
Yes, we should preserve our energy.
All right, I'll start packing up.
Everyone packs up and says their goodbyes in the dark of night.
You're gonna get the tone-deaf bard to check out that note, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a good call. That's right.
Guess Paimon knows you pretty well, huh? Knowing him, he should be hitting the taverns around this time. We can
He'll
go
be
corner
trying.
him and make him answer our questions. Let's move!
Okay. I mean, that's a good bet if we want to find out if the prophecy's real. Plus, Angel's share is right here. Oh, hey, there he is.
Oh, it's been a while.
Paimon called it, tone-deaf bard drinking as usual. Put your drink down and get your game face on. We've got some important questions for you, mister.
You could be nicer about it.
Okay.
Okay. He's confused.
So, what do you make of it?
Yeah, any thoughts?
Aren't you forgetting something? It's the Windblume Festival right now. You can't just go around asking people for help so blatantly.
Well, if you won't tell us the answer, could you at least tell us if this thing's worth a shot?
Sounds to me like you want a hint or two.
And a blessing or two to boot.
A fine answer. The person who wrote this prophecy is very powerful. If you manage to solve the riddle, good things are sure to happen. Also, I happen to know where this lantern is. Once you've found the 4 things, I'll even write the location down for you. Isn't that generous of me?
Whatever. We weren't expecting much from you anyway. You can get back to
She's
guzzling
so
wine
rude.
and blowing wind now.
Oh, woe is me. Paimon sees me as nothing more than a drunken wastrel.
She does.
There are actually a great many things that we bards are required to do. It just happens that enjoying life is the most important one. Once this is over, would you like to join me for a drink?
Sure.
You know, a favor for a favor.
Sure. Can I join you for a drink now? I think Fenty's delightful.
Or given the way that you're staring at me, perhaps you'd like to get me that. I, of course, would be most amenable to that. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of time during the...
Aw, I can't have a drink with him now? Shame. Okay. Let's continue. This is just a lot of talking.
Flower that is not of this world. Not of this world.
Yeah, this is gonna be a weird one.
Sucrose! We've got some good news and some bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
Let's have the bad news first, I guess.
Huh? Really? Don't most people usually want to hear the good stuff first?
Get to the point, Paimon.
Alright then. Basically, we went to Windrise to divine the breeze.
No, we didn't.
The wind said
Why
that the
lie?
prophecy is real and that your idea is a really good one.
That's what? Why is that the
That
bad
doesn't
news?
sound like bad news. So what's the real bad news then?
Why?
Paimon ate the bad news.
What? Paimon?
Blame Sino. If it's not funny, then it's his fault.
What?
It's
Paimon?
fine. Well, that puts my mind at rest.
I'm so confused.
Back to the other issue I've been mulling over.
Okay.
I was thinking about the flower that is not of this world. It could mean a human-cultivated variety that doesn't occur in nature. But that's basically claiming that it doesn't come from this world in the first place, when actually it's just a variant of an existing breed. So, the initial question is, can the flower's origins be traced back to a natural organism? If so, it cannot be correctly described as not of this world.
Oh dear.
But then, supposing we identified something outside of that category, whose job would it be to decide whether it belongs in this world or not? Then the question becomes, do of this world and from this world mean the same thing? Or is it deeper than that?
Whoa, slow down! Paimon's head is already starting to spin!
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, I did have one other line of thought as well. What about a flower created using alchemy? Would that be not of this world?
Albedo made something like that once,
Albedo
apparently.
may know the answer, but asking him right away would be like asking the teacher for the answers to your exam paper. It would render our search for the truth meaningless. I'd rather try and figure this out for myself.
Could it be the Windblume?
Oh, now that you mention it, that's definitely a possibility.
Why?
The Windblume doesn't refer to a specific flower. Everyone defines what it means for themselves. In which case, the Windblume doesn't exist in reality. This does seem like a promising direction. I've made a note. Okay, I better go read up on this.
Yay! Paimon was actually useful this time! Guess we have that sweet madame to thank, huh?
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
I'll need some time to prepare.
Oh,
Could
she
we
didn't
meet
react.
up here in, say, 2 days' time?
Cool. Can I enjoy the festival in the meantime?
In the meantime, we'll also think about the other 3 riddles in the prophecy. But, since we're really going for this now, shouldn't we say something to Kale about it?
I originally wanted to leave it as a surprise for her, and I also didn't want to get her hopes up over nothing. But you're right, Paimon. I'll need to be careful how I word it. But I'll try to find some time over the next couple days to mention it to her.
Understood.
All right. Thanks so much.
Are we done with all the talking? Can we do the festival now? Hey, we have an actual festival now. Yay. Windblume encounters. That's very pretty. Okay, so quest 1. There's quest 2, there's quest 3. There's an event shop. Oh, it's pretty! For mailed flower. These are probably for your teapot. I don't know what mailed flower is. I'm assuming it's an item you get in the, through the run of this somewheres. Okay, let's play things. It's the event weapon? Okay.
Body and mind.
Well, let's go play things. I'll do one of each game on stream, but I might do further games off stream. Because I don't know how fun it would be just watching me play the games over and over again. Oh, they're all over here. Can the guild manage this much work? Yada, yada, yada. Windblume. There's a game! Floral chess. That's quite the story. Collect as many bloom balloons within the chessboard as possible. Avoid the obstacles. Some tools. Prizes are guaranteed just for participating. Okay. Here, I got a little thing when I went over here, so let's talk to her. This is Ballads of the Breeze. Da-da-da. Let's do the Windsong Lyre. A tuning. Okay. think that's how this... I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. Okay, good enough, I guess. Okay, this is gonna be a lot. Alright, you probably have a different one here too. What event you got going on here? You're doing photo taking? Where'd you hear that? I've never used a camera in my life. Okay, so there's a photo theme. Okay, so, anybody have picks on what we want to play first? Do we want to do Floral Pursuit, Ballads of Breeze, or Breezy Snapshots first? The song, so Ballads of the Breeze? Alright. This is gonna go very poorly. I'll give it a go. Yeah, no, we're gonna do normal. Normal. Begin! Okay, so that's how they work. When the note feels on the decision line, strike it to score points. Is it like a click? Hold the button. Okay, so it's a button thing. Oh god. Okay. Why do they have to go sideways? Why can't they go straight? Did one of the setting things say they could go sideways or straight? Because if so, I'm turning it to straight. I failed 4, but that's not bad. Cool. Edit beat map. I don't know what that means. Okay. Settings. Interface. Cascade. Oh, cascade mode. That's so much better. Thank you. Yes, that's better. Okay, so I'll do the ones for gems first, and then I'll worry about... I'll do the other ones later. Let's see. Do you want me to keep doing song, or should I stop after this one? Keep going? Okay. Jesus. Okay, this one's harder. Okay, that one sucked. Oh my god. 83%. Oh god, I failed a lot more there. Okay. Edit beat map. Past songs. Okay, cancel. I can make my own beats? What the hell? That's a terrible idea. Don't let me do that. That's terrible. Okay, let's see if I can get this time. Let's see how well I can do now. I went too early. Are we at the end of the song, or is it gonna pick up? I think we're at the end. Yeah, the bar at the top's almost done. Okay, that one was easier. There's a few bad ones, but I only failed 2. Jesus. Okay, I'm done with the music for now. We did 3. Y'all don't need to see all of them. So, camera or weird chess? Neat, I'll get those later. Camera or chess? Anybody got a preference? Not seeing a preference, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go play chess. I'll give it a go. Do I understand it? Hell no. But we're gonna go play. Cool. Completed. Okay, so that's the thing. Mailed flower. Let's start. Do I know how this works? Not at all, but we're gonna find out. I should have read the instructions more carefully. That's why we're not doing a matched one. Hopefully it's just me. Okay, collecting Glade Blessings. Da-da-da-da-da. Collection range for those will improve. I'm assuming I get to go through the door. This is pretty in here. Can I? It's so big! Well, collect bloom balloons while dodging the other ones. Okay, what do they look like? Oh, that one's the ones I need to dodge. Where are we? The library? Oh no, an enemy!
Time to act. Body and mind.
Gotcha. There's 3 up here. I feel like Lisa would be pissed at the use of her library, but okay. Aren't I supposed to get all of them? Oh shit. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Body and mind.
Oh shit, you're fast. The Ring of Pursuit has appeared. I don't know what that means. This thing? Yay! I only missed 2 and I defeated 5 opponents. I don't know what any of that meant. I'm assuming it meant I did good. Let's see. How'd I do? Oh, cool. Okay, I guess I got that one. I'll do those other ones probably off stream. Let's go do the breezy snapshots. Go see. Go to take photos. So is it just I go to the area with the picture taking thing? Yeah, I got a lot of rewards. That's fine. It's a gadget, isn't it? Equip. Okay, I mostly understand this. Okay, leave. Did I get it? How does this work? Do I need to show it to him or are we good? Okay. Yay. The square is packed with people. I'd feel like something was missing if we didn't take a picture of the people. They want... Oh, okay. Character must be from Mondstadt. Okay. So the next thing they want me to do is up here, and they need somebody who's Mondstadt, who I don't have anyone in my party who is. Pictures, you're odd. Okay, so this one's in the square. Wait, what does it still have on here? Oh, it's got level 2 and 3 and stuff. Damn, they've got some intense areas. Okay. Well, that gets it off my screen.
Time to act.
So the photos seem kind of boring to watch, so there's not much there. Should I continue with the Windblume quest, do more of the mini games, or screw off to Dainsleif? Anybody have opinions?
Oh,
this is
where
pretty.
am I going to get the Mora?
Wait until the appointed time, 2 days later. Or... I don't remember what time it was. Here? I don't know. Okay, it's been 2 days. Sucrose, where you at?
Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Sucrose!
Nobody answered me, so I'm continuing the Windblume. This is gonna be a lot of talking again, isn't it?
Oh, Traveler, Paimon. I only just arrived myself, so I'm still getting ready. Ah, and Kale just passed by a moment ago. She said she had some things to sort out at the inn where she's staying, but she'll meet up with us when she's done. Apparently, Tainari and Sino both went out, but she stayed behind because she wanted to help us.
Understood. How has the progress been on your end?
Not too bad. After reviewing it again with fresh eyes, I came up with a new theory which seems to hold some water. I'll attempt to explain it as simply as I can. I believe that each of the 4 things in the prophecy refers to a different field of knowledge. So, in a way, the prophecy is a test of the reader's intelligence. But it's unlikely for any one person to have expertise in all these different areas. So I suggest that we seek out one expert from each and get their opinion. Also, in 2 out of the 4 areas, the prophecy seems to want us to find specific people. It may even turn out that the people themselves are the answers.
So it sounds like we should put our heads together and list out the people who can help us.
Exactly.
This is an odd quest.
I think we can go through each riddle in turn and generate 4 groups of names to match the 4 questions.
Makes sense.
Alright, then let's start from group 1. The first riddle was, a flower that is not of this world.
Personally, I would still go with Albedo for this one. Alchemy is the most likely to have to do with otherworldly things, and he is by far the leading expert in this regard.
You'd count as an expert too.
Exactly! You're the creator of the Tetratanic sweet flower. Who knows? Maybe that's the flower we're looking for.
I doubt it, and also I don't know what that is.
You really
I think it's
so?
her story quest or something.
Oh, but
I haven't done it.
what about Tainari? He's a forest watcher and knows all about plants. If it's a flower we're looking for, maybe he's the man for the job.
All right, I'll add him to the list as well. On to group 2. This subject is a guide who will never get lost.
It's either the Outrider or Paimon.
That's kind of abstract. Does it just mean someone who never loses their way?
Wait, but they have to be able to guide others too. So it's not quite as simple as that.
Perhaps an astrologer then? Are we shoehorning Mona into this?
Yeah, she definitely
We also haven't
can.
met her in this playthrough either.
Mona. Yes, she certainly seems very confident. And she can use her astrology to guide people.
Would Bennett count?
Why him?
Well, his luck's so bad that as long as you go in the opposite direction from him, you'll always be going the right way, right?
He's not that bad.
I see. I suppose I can't argue with that logic.
Add him to the list. Finding everyone won't take long, so one extra person won't hurt.
I mean, you could also argue you.
I know. Would Outrider Amber be a valid candidate for this category as well?
Yeah, she would! She's got a great sense of direction after all. As a matter of fact, when the Traveler and Paimon first came to Mondstadt, she was actually the one who gave us directions.
Yes, she's certainly a good guide.
Is there anyone else?
Let me think. Yes,
This is
I
a
believe there may
little
be one more.
overdone.
Albedo once made a set of equipment for
Oh,
Mika. from
okay.
the
No, that's
reconnaissance
not
company.
how I thought this was going.
He's their surveyor and an exceptional pathfinder. He's even instructed others in the discipline of surveying before. So, in my view, he's highly unlikely to lose his way and would be very good at helping others find theirs.
Okay, I'm listening to this and okay, yeah, fair, whatever. I'm sorry, flower from another world and a guide who never loses their way. Well, let's see. We're from another world. People tend to call people flowers when they're, you know, nice and stuff. And we have a guide who supposedly is the best guide in all of Tavat.
Cool! Another one for our
That's
list.
my bet.
Wait, Kale should have been here by now. Wonder what's taking her so long. Sorry, could we continue our chat somewhere else?
Sure.
Oh, you wanna go see how she's doing, right? Sure, let's all go.
What were the other two parts of this? The flower from another world, the guide who never gets lost. I don't think we'll be able to find the riddle thing. Yeah, no, we don't get the riddle thing to see it. I don't remember what the other two were. Let's see, she's up here. No, my bet's this is gonna be some corny story about friendship. Hey, Golly.
Hi, Kale. Hope we're not intruding or anything. Is everything okay?
Sucrose! I was preparing some stuff. Is it time already? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Holly seems to be wrapping gifts, and now she's frantically trying to hide it. I
Don't
wonder
worry.
who they're for.
The Traveler and I only just met up. We were just worried that you might get lost along the way, so we thought that we'd come get you.
Thank you. I'm ready to join you now. How's that thing going?
4 riddles, the results of our discussion, yada yada.
So let's pick up where we left off.
Next up is the third line. One who would never lie. Anyone spring to mind?
Maybe Diluc?
You really think so? Seems like it would be
Yeah,
pretty
he lies a
difficult
lot.
for someone in his
He
position
can lie
to
pretty
avoid
easily.
having to lie.
He lies pretty easily. His secret alter ego, the Dark Knight hero, he must have to deny it if anyone
Then
asks.
what about Kaya?
In
He's
that
the
sense, he's got a
cavalry captain
complicated
and a rather
relationship with the
popular
truth.
figure, but
He lies all the time.
You think there's something fishy about him too, huh? Yeah, he's definitely a
What about
sneaky one.
Sucrose?
But he
I can't help but agree with you there.
there's
Yeah.
the tone-deaf bard.
He
But
lies
on second thought,
too.
He wouldn't qualify either. He talks way too much nonsense. Is there anyone else we're missing?
Amber.
Acting Grandmaster Jean.
Jean.
She has a good name in that
Sucrose.
regard. But from what
Okay,
I know,
yeah, that's fair enough.
she sometimes covers up the truth out of
I still want to
concern
go
for
with
those
Amber and
around her.
Sucrose here.
For example,
Venti's the biggest
when
liar.
Lisa
Yeah,
loses
no,
track
he's
of time in the
terrible.
library and misses her patrol shift, Jean will come up with some excuse.
Venti
Like,
is such a liar.
Lisa's ill today. Also, she sometimes makes up stories to get Klee to behave. Like the one about the big monster that comes to catch naughty kids who don't go to bed on time. Do you think that rules her out?
White lies are still lies, but do we really have to reject her because of some harmless fibs?
We're not
It's not
rejecting
like
her
she
as
had
a bad
good
person.
intentions.
It's just, okay, this is really dumb. This prophecy seems very strict.
No, we're the ones being strict.
Rosaria doesn't strike me as the type of person to lie. Oh, Kale.
She would.
You probably haven't met her yet, have you? She's a sister from the church who looks, a little scary and not very sociable.
What gives you that impression?
She stopped by the alchemy bench once, a long time ago, and asked me about Albedo. I thought maybe she was trying to find him, for work or something. But when I asked, she just said that she was curious about him because he was so intelligent, and wanted to talk
she's
to his
lying
assistant
'cause
to
she
find out what
suspects
he was
him.
like. A lot of people might have given a more tactful justification, but I could see in her face that she wasn't trying to hide anything. She was just very direct and straightforward. That's why I don't think of her as the lying type.
Are we just gonna go meet everybody in Mondstadt during
Rosaria
this?
doesn't look like the sort of person you'd want to get into a fight with. Maybe she just fights her way out of situations that some people might lie to get out of.
I can
That
definitely
she
see
does.
that. I've also heard the other sisters say that Rosaria doesn't even make excuses when she skips choir. She just doesn't show up.
She's a tough cookie, huh? Let's put her name down.
In that case, I think Sino fits in this list too.
I mean, he does, but...
True. Lying's probably more trouble than it's worth for someone like him.
And so does
Kinda like this
Sucrose.
Rosaria. Oh, and Paimon also nominates Razor. Bet he couldn't lie to save his life.
I mean, no, we can't.
I've also got someone else in mind. Noelle, the trainee knight.
Oh, is she
She's
a trainee
very
now?
honest person.
That's something at least.
I don't think she'd tell a lie.
She would.
Alrighty, write her name down too.
Wait, there's one more person. You know, our long-standing staffer at the
Camera
alchemy
up
bench.
appears.
Huh? You mean Timaeus?
Yes, him. Truth be told, he's been love-struck recently.
With you?
He swore that he wouldn't say a dishonest word or slack off until he succeeds in getting the woman he loves.
Is it you?
Timaeus has a crush?
Yes, that's right.
Well, who is it? Do you know her?
I've never met her. All I know is
Oh.
that she's from Liyue. Timaeus says that she's fun, has a great
Is it gonna
personality,
be Perfume Lady?
and is very, very good looking.
All great qualities, but that says nothing about her identity.
Since we're on the topic, helping Timaeus win the lady of his dreams was also one of my goals for this Windblume festival.
Oh, dear lord.
But how can we help with that?
I don't know. Make sure he uses nice paper and a fancy envelope when he sends letters to her. Help him pick a nice gift and wrap it properly. That sort of thing.
Yeah. I had the same situation once in the Avidia Forest. I helped another forest ranger out by delivering a love letter to the coworker she likes.
Yep, that sort of thing exactly. Oh, also, I helped him with some of the groundwork for one of his research projects. He must have appreciated it, because he gave me a refrigeration device that he's been developing as a thank you gift.
Is it any good?
Is it?
I
No,
mean,
no, it's not.
It looks nice.
Sounds like a no.
Alright, guess we'll put Loverboy down on the list then.
We're getting quite a list.
So last of all, we have a legend that never ends. Anyone come to mind for this particular line?
Lisa,
This one I don't know.
A librarian understands books best, and aren't most legends written down somewhere?
Not necessarily, but you have a point.
When I think about legends, fairy tales and picture books come to mind.
So what, we gonna go ask Klee?
Maybe Kale. She read a lot of fairy tales when Tainari was teaching her to read.
Oh, do I count?
If Sino counts, you count.
Of course you do. I'll put you on the list.
Are you eligible for this one, Sucrose?
I prefer to read things like an illustrated analysis of alchemical substances and their uses, the fascinating principles of crafting, and hypotheses of life.
Point taken. Paimon didn't quite understand any of those.
Klee might be a good choice. Her mother,
She's also
Alice, is a
questionably
renowned traveling
immortal.
author, So I'll bet she's been exposed to all sorts of myths and legends.
Alright then, Klee makes the shortlist.
Well, that should just about do it. Next up, we should go and ask the people on the list about the prophecy.
Prophecy is
Do we
a
have to ask
strong word.
absolutely everyone on the list? It seems like a lot of people.
It is. So, I was thinking that perhaps we should split up. That might make our search more effective.
Okie dokie.
Also, I've thought of a method of gathering feedback.
Sucrose shares her idea with everyone.
No problem. We can do that.
You and the Traveler are practically joined at the hip, so you two can go together.
Yeah, Paimon's
I'll
never
pair up
gonna
with
go on her
Kali.
own.
Capable Kali and sensible Sucrose. Sounds like a winning combination.
They're going on a
Okay.
date!
I promise I'll help. Capable Kali. Yeah, I got this.
Rest assured
Well,
that the
I guess they get
unbeatable
nice
Traveler and
nicknames.
Paimon will do our part too.
Most people get
Off we
mean
go.
ones. Alright, which ones do we get?
I plan on starting from the person with the most defined stronghold. So let's go to the library.
Are we just gonna watch
Lisa should be
theirs?
there.
Stronghold. That's an, interesting word to use.
Maybe den? No, that's even worse.
Location is
How
fine.
about layer?
That's worse too. These are all terrible. Holy shit. Oh my god, are we doing these two? That's cute.
Absorption test.
Neat. Yeah, she's a bow. Oh, that's cute. What did she throw?
Please be quiet within the premises and
Animo test 6308.
No.
Absorption test.
Okay, so she can use it twice before it needs to recharge. Hers is a boomerang. It still puts off an array effect. That is neat. Okay, Lisa's. This way, I believe. Yeah, we weren't gonna be quiet.
Here we are. Lisa's lair.
Oh no. That was a bad word choice.
Oh no.
Now Sucrose is using it, and it's all my fault.
Lisa, might I ask if... Huh?
She skipped out on work for the Windblume. How is this a surprise to anyone? Oh, hey, it's these three. I guess it's a double date.
Sucrose. Kale. What are you doing here?
Isn't it so awkward when you're on a date with a prospective girlfriend and you run into your respective dads on a triple date?
I can only sucrose that they were Kale-ing on someone. At least that's as far as I know.
That was actually pretty good.
Stop it with these puns. I beg you. Are you trying to win worldwide fame for unfunny jokes?
Yes.
Is Lisa not here at the moment?
Surprising, isn't it? She went out. I'm afraid it's just us here looking for information.
So
Except
let's
me.
start.
I'm not here for information. Like you, I came here for an abortive search for the librarian, who is also my academia senior.
Oh,
Oh, really?
so you studied in the same darshan as Lisa?
That's right. Her mentor in Sumeru was also my benefactor. We were both Spontamod students.
Wow, that's cool. But wait, we're getting sidetracked. We came here to look for some information. Kale and I are investigating a prophecy, and we were hoping you all might be able to help.
Seriously, prophecy is a strong word.
What sort of prophecy?
Prophecy is a strong word.
I see. You want to ask them about the flower that is not of this world, and me about the one who would never lie.
Yeah,
But there's no
pretty
rush.
much.
You don't need to answer right away. We're just here to tell you about the situation. You can take your time to think it over and submit any thoughts you have in written form to the Sucrose mailbox.
The Sucrose mailbox?
Yep. I was thinking about it on the way. And although they seem like trick questions, there's a lot to mull over once you get down to the details. A quick answer off the top of your head might not go into enough depth. So, I decided to place a mailbox next to the alchemy crafting table. Everyone can submit their written answers there when they're ready. We don't have to call it the Sucrose mailbox, though. It could just as well be called the Sucrose and Kale mailbox. Or even the Sucrose, Kale, Traveler, and Paimon mailbox.
You are so awkward, it
In
hurts.
this case, we can just go with your quick answer off the top of your head.
Sounds like a good solution. Certainly more reliable than verbal discussion alone.
Agreed. Certainly when it comes to discerning whether someone is a liar or not, you cannot simply take them at their word.
Understood. Once we've had a look into it, we'll place our replies into your mailbox.
Thank you all so much. Okay, let's tick them off the list and carry on working our way down.
Already done.
Both those girls are so cute, though.
I'm pleasantly surprised to see those two introverts getting along so well.
Do you get the feeling that Kale's return to Mondstadt has emboldened her more contrarian side?
Yes,
What?
I'd noticed that too.
Traveling and meeting old friends are both good for the body and soul.
Yeah, you know about old friends, wouldn't you?
And
Albedo?
isn't rediscovering one's youth while revisiting old haunts a worthwhile pursuit?
None of you are
When
old.
I first met Kale, she'd never known happiness or youth, but things are different now. Her Elazar being cured was a huge milestone in her life.
Kale is a very sensitive and introverted child. I'm sure you must have noticed that too, Albedo. From the time she's
None
been in
of
my
you are more
care,
than 30.
I've observed that she's actually a very lively character by nature. But she had a very rough start in life, and it changed her.
So, might I assume that your respective claims of looking for plants and artists in Mondstadt were just pretexts?
Okay, you're a little older because
I
you're
wouldn't
like
say
weird
that.
alchemy boy, but
Both Kale and Genius Invocation TCG are very important to me.
of course they are.
Would it really kill you to just say yes in this situation?
Yes.
Fine. Yes. We came out of concern for Kale. She's been back to Mondstadt of her own accord several times, but it has led to no significant improvement in her mood.
Well, it won't hurt to give her some more time. I believe that Sucrose might be able to help her.
Sounds like an extension of your own self-confidence as her teacher.
You could say that. In a similar vein, I've heard that Sumeru scholars often build their social relationships based on their academic ones. Is that true?
I suppose it might look like that from your perspective. Sumeru society is something of a special case. The reason it is known as the City of Learning is because all of its resources are in some way linked to academia. As such, academic resources equate to social capital. It is not unheard of, for example, for people to build a family in order to pursue further studies. But the relationship between the three of us is not an academic one turned social. We've never even worked on a paper together for starters.
Oh, so the academic paper is the nexus of the academic family. Interesting.
I would think of us more as siblings. An equal and pure relationship.
I think of
unaffected
the
by
two of you as
academic
dating as
considerations.
her as your daughter, but little sister works too.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, that statement is not inaccurate.
I can understand that position. I have a younger sister myself, and it's only natural for me to be protective of her.
I'm sorry, you have a what? You have a... Chalkboy's got a what? Does he mean Klee? I'm hoping he means Klee. And, like, adopted by Alice counts here. Because from what I remember of his storyline, he doesn't have a sister. Okay.
What you described fits the idea of a city of learning.
We're just gonna
as I
keep going,
imagine
I
it.
guess. That's a...
The family is
That's
where
a
all
thing.
social relationships intersect. As such, a family founded on common goals may actually be more stable. By the way, who's the eldest between you?
Let's not go down this rabbit hole, please.
Is it... Wait, what?
In terms of age, I'm the eldest, of course. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Why?
But your mental age is younger than that. I dare say even by enough to be the youngest sibling. Perhaps I could bring Kale into this happy family to be your elder sister.
Oh,
No.
God.
You will never see me admit to being the youngest sibling. Except perhaps as a last-ditch effort to turn the tables in a game of cards.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. You two are not brothers. You're dating. If they are consistent on wanting to be brotherly, that's fine.
Guess
but...
we'll leave Kali and Sucrose to it. Let's try
Okay, where
to
should
look
we
at
go
the bulletin.
first?
A lot of
Bulletin
people tend
board.
to show up there at some point in the day. Maybe we'll get lucky.
That's a terrible idea, Paimon, but okay. I don't even know who's on our half the list.
Body and mind.
Bulletin board. Well, I guess we're gonna get a whole lot of people.
There's a load of people here.
Oh, there's Lisa.
Huh? Even Lisa's here.
Hi, everyone. Long time no see.
Hey there, Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while. How have you been?
Bennett, who we also haven't met. He's the least fortunate. He's infamous for his bad luck. No one will team up with him. His fiery passion burns on. Benny's adventure team assemble.
We've been doing pretty well.
You look surprised, cuties. Is it because of me?
Teacher is not at the usual place.
No, she's not.
Oh, please.
Who is this
it's not
person?
As if I'm glued to my chair. I like to get out for a little fresh air every once in a while.
Is this a new person?
Mika's here today, so I thought it'd be a good time to introduce him to Bennett and Razor. They're all out and about quite often, so it's helpful for them to get to know one another.
Is Mika just somebody I've missed?
Hello,
Yep.
everyone. My name is Mika.
Hello, Mika. Nice to meet you. Rasan and Sons Company. Coordinates of the Clear Frost. Have we met him previously? Is he in a different storyline? I'm assuming he's in a different storyline.
I look forward to working with you.
No need to be so formal.
Aww.
We've known them for ages. They're cool.
Okay, yeah, no, he's actually
Windblume.
new.
Fun?
Yes, the Windblume is fun,
Actually,
Razor.
we haven't gotten to the fun part yet. We've been busy investigating a prophecy.
A prophecy? What kind?
And we got them.
A good one
hooked.
or a bad one?
Micropixels, if you're still hanging around, when does Mika?
That all sounds
next
quite
patch?
fascinating.
He's new
I
next
can't
patch.
believe
okay.
I made it onto your list of names. You really think I'll be able to help?
Let's not tell him
Believe
Paimon's
in
thoughts.
yourself.
Sandy Gast appears.
Right. Believe in yourself. You're a first-rate adventurer, Bennett.
Okay, then in that case, I'll step up and present my thoughts on the matter. Except I forgot I'm not really good at organizing my thoughts.
He's so cute.
Oops.
Oh, there's no need to tell us all of your thoughts right here and now. Sucrose said she'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench, so you can just write down your thoughts when they come to you, and drop them there.
A meticulous and efficient plan. Yep, that sounds like Sucrose.
I will think also. Give me some time.
You still have other people on your list that you need to go see, right? We should leave you to it. Don't worry about us. We'll drop off our letters at the mailbox as soon as we're done.
Okay, bye for now. Let's head over to Star Snatch Cliff next. Maybe we'll be able to find some people there. And even if we don't find any familiar faces, you can see really far from up at the top. Maybe we can find people that way.
Oh, you're working so hard. Do be sure to get some rest when you can. If you get tired, you know you're always welcome to visit me for a break and a cup of tea.
Aww. Lisa's cute as usual. At that moment, Sucrose and Kali arrive at Stormbearer Mountains. I see we're just kind of jumping between them here.
Where to next? Let me check my notes. Huh, this way. Got it.
Things on my
Kali,
desk just
please
falling
follow
off.
me.
Alrighty, let's find someone that matches the prophecy. First, we're gonna go completely off base and go see this over here. I'm assuming that's who we're looking for, but also... Oh look, there's a whole bunch of the people. But, oh, I remember this one. It's in like a weird, awkward spot. Oh, okay, I guess we're getting hit.
Oh, it's our lucky day. There are several people over there.
Yeah.
Amber? Wow, and Eula's with her too.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's Sucrose! And Klee also spies.
Klee of the Knights of Favonius, reporting for duty. She's a ball of laughs, but is playfulness the purview of young children. She gets herself into trouble. Is she going for an adventure, or is she going to Starfell Lake for some fish blasting? The monster of the confinement room is gonna catch her. Oh my god.
Kali, we were just talking about you. Ah, right. I don't think you've been introduced to Noelle before. Kali, this is Noelle, maid of the Knights of Favonius.
It's Noelle.
Nice to meet you, Kale. I missed you the last few times you were in Mondstadt, so I'm glad to finally meet you in person.
Ah, gentle and reliable woman who can be called on to help in times of trouble. She dreams of being a full knight. Nice.
Nice to meet you too, Noelle. My name is Kale.
She's so cute.
But you already knew that.
Relax, you two. There's no need to be so courteous. We're not on some kind of diplomatic mission here.
No.
Klee, what are you doing here? Are you planning to blast some fish?
Nope. Klee's on patrol with the other knights.
Why is the child on patrol?
Now that you mention it, it looks like everyone here is a Knight of Favonius except for Kale and me.
Well, that's why they were
I heard
together.
that there was a very young knight in the ranks, but it's still a surprise to see with my own eyes. Kale, what do you do? I'm a trainee forest ranger in the Avidia Forest. Trainee? It means I'm not officially a fully qualified forest watcher yet. I'm still learning.
Oh, you're just like me. I'm still working towards becoming a fully qualified knight.
Technically, though the distinction is hardly relevant right now. This isn't a very formal patrol. We're just chatting.
Don't panic, Kale. Just pick a topic and join the conversation. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. It's just Amber and her friends. There's no need to be nervous.
Sweetheart.
Let me guess. Were you chatting about the new guests in town?
Yep. A few folks from Sumeru have come to visit, so we're brainstorming a few nice surprises for them.
Aww.
Amber!
Eula.
Sorry. At least I didn't say anything about what the surprises are.
Oh no. How am I supposed to join this conversation now? What do I say to that?
Speaking of nice surprises, we've actually had a fairly big one recently.
What kind of surprise? Tell me! I'm saved. Secros is giving me a lead-in. Now, I just need to follow on from what
This
she's
internal
already started
monologue
talking
plot's
about.
a little weird, but... The nice surprise! The prophecy!
What an interesting prophecy. I have no idea what the answers could be, though.
So essentially, you're gathering information to help you solve the riddles, correct? I'll do my best to help.
Thank you so much, Eula.
Anytime.
There's no need to answer right away. We'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench for people to drop us a note once they've thought of something.
I'll drop something in there for sure.
Hopefully it won't be a
Nice
bomb.
idea. I think we can all commit to writing a note. We'll see what we can come up with.
Yep, don't worry. You can count on us. But we do have to finish our patrol first.
What route are you taking today?
We started in the Stormbearer Mountains, and we'll end at the city gates. You'd be very welcome to join us, but it sounds like you're pretty busy with all this.
No. There's always next time. We'll join up with you after we're done working through this prophecy.
Oh, yeah. So, we'll be on our way for now.
See you later. Have a safe trip back.
Lovely footstep sounds.
Are you okay, Kale?
Was it that obvious?
No, not at all. It just looked like you had something on your mind.
So that means it was obvious.
Whatever's bothering you, you can talk to me about it if you want.
I love Sucrose's outfit.
I'm happy to help.
Thanks, Sucrose.
And Collie's.
Well, the truth is, I don't really know how to act around Amber and the others.
Really? I thought you two were good friends.
We are. Amber's a really important friend to me. I don't know. I guess if I'm being completely honest, the problem's probably with me. The first time I came to Mondstadt, I was really immature. I didn't want to let people in, and I was generally pretty awful to everyone. Amber was the one person who didn't give up on me, and if it wasn't for her persistence, I wouldn't have found a friend at all. Without Amber, I might not even be here today. And because of that, I really look up to her. I think of her as my role model, and hoped that maybe one day I could learn to be like her. But after trying and failing for several years, I think I finally realized I'm no Amber, and I never will be.
Then be Collie.
Looking back, it seems silly that I ever thought like that. We're nothing alike at all. My personality's so weird. I always get so anxious and I overthink everything.
Aw, Collie, don't say that.
Sucrose? Would it be okay if I told you a bit about my past?
Two girls come to a stop at a place with some lovely scenery. There is no heterosexual explanation for this. This is shipping. As the breeze picks up, Collie tells her life story, from her childhood to her recent recovery. Yada, yada, yada. This is a date. I refuse to accept otherwise.
I already knew bits and pieces about her, but still.
Why did you have to go through all that? I didn't mean to.
We've only just met and I'm already dumping all of this on you. This is why I get so frustrated at myself. I'm always doing this. I get into a spiral of self-doubt, and then I end up having to find somewhere to vent it all out.
No, it's fine. I'm really glad that you're willing to tell me all this. People don't open up about their deepest feelings unless they really trust the other person. Don't you think? At least, I think it's kind of an honor. And, I mean... You've probably noticed by now, but I don't have the best social skills either. I always just end up talking about the things I'm interested in, and going on and on. But even so, you still listen to me when I talk my head off about alchemy. It's a relief to listen to you talking about yourself for once. If you hadn't told me all of those things, I never would have guessed that you struggle so much. Honestly, I feel like we're very similar people.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. I certainly do. All the feelings that you talked about just now, I totally get it. It takes so much more effort for us introverts to fit into a crowd. When you were saying about how you try to think about what to say in advance, and you're constantly terrified of saying the wrong thing and making things awkward, I relate to that so much. Oh, and also that part about studying under a genius. In fact, before meeting you, I'd never met anyone who seemed so similar to myself.
Oh.
I'm not very good at giving words of comfort or anything, and I'm not gonna tell you to just get over it or stop worrying about it. How about we just sit here for a little while? We don't have to force a conversation if we can't think of anything. We can just sit here together.
This is so cute.
Sucrose has stopped talking, but for some reason, this doesn't feel awkward at all. Maybe she's right, and we're more similar than I realized. In Sumeru, I always like to find a quiet place to just sit and watch the scenery, and it's always by myself. I never thought there'd be a day when I could do this with someone else by my side. Mondstadt's breeze is so gentle and soft.
Hey, Collie. See that cloud over there? Doesn't it look like one of my test tubes?
I don't think so. Sorry.
Then maybe we're not quite on the same wavelength on everything. At least, not when it comes to looking at clouds in the sky.
Thank you, Sucrose. I feel much better after talking to you.
Yeah, it helps a lot, doesn't it? I also vent to my flasks sometimes. The next time we get the chance, I have to show you my Tetratanic Sweetflower and my Tetratanic Windblume.
Your what?
2 of my favorite things I've made. They're really cool. I think you might like them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll definitely have to show them to me sometime.
I brought some crackers with me. You want one? There's cheese flavor or tomato flavor.
Sure. I'll try the cheese one.
Aw, look! They're enjoying the scenery together.
Aw, they're on a date.
Shall we go play with them?
You're on patrol.
No, it's fine. Let them sit for a while.
We're not what Colleen needs right now. She needs a new friend. Someone different who's never met her before.
I don't get it. Is there a difference?
There is. You'll understand once you're a little older, Klee. People can draw different kinds of strength from different kinds of friends. And right now, Colleen needs someone that's just not the same old me.
Aww. On the other side, cold wings still... Okay. Sing shrill, I think it said.
Time to act.
Neat. Where is it at over here? It should be right on top of it. Is it underneath, maybe? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I really need to go to a statue. I need to go to, like, all 3 statues. Who are we running into? Trouble Leanne, are you my plot point? Nope. Okay. I'll keep walking then.
Star Snatch Cliff! We made it! Paimon hopes we find someone we need here.
Help! Oh, I beg you, please don't let go!
Oh, it's Rosaria.
Let's hurry and take a look. Timaeus? And we also have Rosaria and Mona? What kind of mishmash ensemble is this?
Ha!
Good question. What kind of a motley crew is this?
So we asked. Mona Mysterious. I'm just reading hers. Astrological tools and resources. She lives a frugal life and barely makes ends meet.
It's been a while, traveler.
Greetings, everyone, and happy Windblume. You wouldn't know she was a sister by her attire. You also won't find her singing prayers or attending church gatherings. Check the hidden corners in the shadows. Aw, she guards Mondstadt.
You two are looking pretty good. I trust you've been well.
Yep, we're definitely faring a lot better than this poor guy on the ground.
Hey, please don't rub salt in my wound. I really have been trying my best.
Oh, you're one to talk. If this sister hadn't grabbed you in time, then you'd have been seriously hurt, if not dead.
I know. I really am grateful, miss. I can't thank you enough.
Don't mention it. Just lending a hand.
Quite literally. And had she not lent him a hand and pulled him up, he would have gone tumbling down the cliffside.
What happened? Did Timaeus almost fall off the cliff?
Well, so what actually happened was I came to Star Snatch Cliff today to pick some flowers and ran into Mona on the way. She took a look at her scry glass and advised me to turn back because it would be dangerous.
But you still came up here anyway?
Well, yes, I did, because there's something I just had to do.
Oh, I hardly think giving flowers to your crush is worth throwing one's life away for.
It's rare to run into someone with a death wish in this area.
I don't have a death wish. I just didn't think it would really come true. I mean, when Mona said it would be dangerous, I thought I'd be fine as long as I watched my step cautiously. I'm sorry, okay? I was wrong. I'm telling you, I'm just here chasing the love of my life. Love-struck Mondstadters is what the Windblume Festival's all about.
Okay, that explains you. But why is Rosaria here?
I was looking for a quiet place to escape the crowds. I wasn't planning on having to save a life along the way.
So that's why the Scryglass just showed danger instead of fatal danger.
Very funny. Anyway, Traveler and Paimon, what brings the two of you to Starsnatch Cliff?
Just trying our luck. We've got a lot of people we need to see today, so we've been all over the place. Actually, you're some of the people we were looking for.
Huh?
Thank God we're getting a cut to black on the information on this instead of having to talk it all out every
So all
time.
we'll need to do is find some clues, make a note, and drop it off at the mailbox?
Yep.
I can't believe there's a prophecy like this, let alone that I have a part to play in it.
Maybe.
Oh, I guess this means everyone will find out about my crush now. I came here because I wanted to give some Cecilias to the girl I love. They'll really suit her. She's...
No, no one asked. Please, do not subject us to your gushing about your girlfriend.
Mona!
Oh, you saw right through me.
You said you need clues, right? Well, in that case, Mona Magistus the astrologist will provide you with a personally handwritten letter. Just wait for it to show up in your mailbox.
You can be on your way now. We won't keep you any longer.
Alright, then let's head back for now and meet up with everyone else.
Bye for now. Tamaris, try to stay
Will
safe.
do.
Stay safe.
This is all so embarrassing. Thank you both.
Alright, what are we doing now? Do we get to just teleport back? In which case, I'm gonna grab some Cecilias before I go, because they are useful. Who are you? A Black Hound mercenary. I don't know who the hell this is. I'm gonna assume he's part of a quest and ignore him.
Time to act.
I think I got all the ones here. Let's teleport back.
Body and mind.
Oh, it's a cute little mailbox.
We're back! Oh, but it looks like you two beat us.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Yep, we managed to find and talk to everybody.
We got back a little early, so we took some time just now to put the mailbox together. We got really lucky today. The vendors were feeling super generous, so we didn't even need to pay for the materials. It's just a shame that Kale got a splinter.
Don't worry about me. I'm used to working in the rainforest. I get splinters all the time. I've already taken care of it.
We've already wrapped up everything on our to-do list for today. So, all we need to do now is wait for everyone's letters to arrive. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you get some rest while I keep an eye on the mailbox?
You're definitely your master's student, Sucrose. As long as you or Albedo are around, Paimon can relax and know that everything's taken care of.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
Wait. Actually, there's one thing that still needs taking care of. Paimon's starving. Hey, Traveler, you wanna get dinner? Your treat.
Alright, I guess I better go get Paimon some food.
I'll go with Sucrose to return the leftover materials to the vendors. You two, go get a proper meal. We can't have anyone going hungry.
Yeah, now would be a good time for a break. Once everything is ready, let's meet up here again and collate all the information we've gathered.
I'm sorry, who the hell are you?
Sounds like a plan.
Well, I guess every story needs a villain. Yep, and just walk over there and more talking.
Paimon will have this one, and this one. Ooh, and this one.
Hear that? It's the sound of Mora pouring out of my wallet.
Hey, Paimon's really hungry. And don't forget, Paimon's also ordering for you, too. It's not like Paimon's gonna eat everything by herself.
Yes, she will. You two are ravenous, apparently. Two of you, stuff your faces.
Ooh, Paimon is super full.
Feels pretty good to relax and take in the scenery
Is
after all
everything
that great
packed up
food.
and ready? What do you think about meeting up at 5 to go to my house?
Yes, everything's ready. I've packed some great wine and smoked ham. Oh, your parents will love it.
Ham? Look, we've known each other for quite some time now. Don't you think it's been long enough for you to remember that we only eat bacon in my house?
Seriously?
I must remember to get some milk today on my way home. Please, feel free to pay a visit to Cat's Tail anytime.
Enjoying the scenery?
Oh, hey, Vente.
Oh, Tone Deaf Bard. Are you here for some food as well?
Should we order something for you?
Oh, I can put something on your tab? Well, that's a pity. I already had a few drinks before coming here.
Vente!
I shall take you up on your kind offer another day. There should be no shortage of opportunities in the future. Anywho, you should be getting ready to thank me. I come bearing good news.
Oh?
What kind of good news?
Behold!
It looks like a paper with a simple map and something like an incantation on it.
What is it?
It's what you need the most right now. The answer to the prophetic puzzle.
Why did we need to zoom in on the mouth?
Simply head to the location marked on the map and you'll find the lantern you've been looking for. However, if I were you, I wouldn't just go and reveal the secret right away. As you've seen, a lot of people have been laboring hard to uncover the answer. A secret is like a well-aged brew. The aroma from the bottle is sweetest when revealed in the company of friends.
I understand.
Then it's settled. I'll leave you to your business for now. Feel free to find me for a chat again once you're done working through the prophecy. Also, if you have some time, we could organize another fast-track love poem class.
Oh, dear
you're
lord.
starting that up again?
I sure am.
I remember that one from my
Nobody
main
else has
account.
signed up this year, though, so the duty to learn falls on you.
No, it does not.
Anyway, see you later.
Oh god, I do not want to do
He
that.
always looks so relaxed whenever we run into him. Paimon can't help but be jealous.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, could I chat with you for a moment?
Oh?
So whoever's looking for the lantern.
You may call me Scarlet.
Are you
Just like you, I'm a traveler visiting Mondstadt from another land. Mind if I buy you a drink?
Scarlet, I'm suspicious. Are you Shneznayan? I'm not drinking today, but thank you for the offering.
Leaving the door open for another time, I see. I can tell that you've dealt with a lot of people during your travels.
You can tell? Well, we are very experienced adventurers after all.
I can. That's why I tried to strike up a conversation with you in the first place. I was on my way to go shopping earlier when I overheard your conversation next to the crafting bench. From what I could gather, you are trying to investigate a bizarre prophecy?
Yep, bizarre is definitely the word.
Don't you think it sounds just like the kind of story that would happen in Mondstadt? Anyway, that's why I wanted to ask you a favor. If and when you manage to unravel the answer to the prophecy, could you let me know what it is?
Why does she care? Are you interested in it too? Why
Not
do you
so much
care?
the prophecy itself, but Mondstadt as a nation. That's what I'm interested in. I was born in a distant land, but I have family and friends who once
What
lived in
is
Mondstadt
this?
for a long time. They said that it's a great place full of fairy tales and romance and recommended that I come for a visit. As it happens, someone I know has an anniversary coming up soon. So I figured this would be a good time to come here and see all the sights that she once saw.
Can we get a closer look at her
What do you
eyes?
think about Mondstadt so far?
It certainly lives up to its name as the city of romance and freedom.
Okay.
We think so too.
I don't know what her deal is.
So, about the prophecy.
I'll let you know if we find the answer.
Thank you. You're very friendly. It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
I want to know
I'll
where
leave it
you're
to you
from.
Hope you continue to enjoy the city and have a wonderful day.
Because I'm concerned it might be Shneznaya and whether or not you're a Fatui member. Though you're not wearing a mask, so...
She definitely isn't dressed like a local, huh? Where do you think her hometown could be?
Please
Yep.
find me a flower that is not of this world, and a guide who will never get lost. Find me one who would never lie, as well as a legend that never ends.
Oh no. Rosaria.
I never thought I'd have someone secretly following me, even in a free city like
Oh
Mondstadt.
no. What are we doing now?
Good day to you, miss.
What are we doing? Is this Shneznaya? Is that where this plotline is going? Rosaria's suspicious because Shneznaya. Alright, wait until the next morning. Venti's note. Let's go take a look at the note. Oh, we can't look at it. Okay. 5 Windblume encounters. We'll get a Windblume gift. Okay. Let's skip time until 8 AM, I guess, and go through this. I thought we were gonna get further into Dainsleif today, but we might not be able to. But we'll get the Windblume done at least. And I'll do the other side quests. Is it? Oh, it's because it needs to be tomorrow. Okay. Confirm. Tick, 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 tick. Though I am being reminded that I never had lunch. I might want to stop and have food. So I might stop. I might have to stop soon to have food, but I want to finish this quest line. Maybe I'll mute and get something to eat while they talk.
Let's go meet Sucrose and Kale at the... Hey, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups.
Nice work!
Yeah, I'm gonna run and get some snacks. I'll leave this playing on auto and I'll still be listening. But if it comes up with the dialogue option and you're wondering why I'm not clicking anything, that would be why. I am still listening, so I will know what's going on.
Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Which batch of letters should we read through first?
Of course, it immediately stops as soon as I go to leave. Okay. Let's look at the clue board. Is this gonna be talking or am I reading it myself? About the flower not of this world. Tingar. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of talking. Next time we get into a cutscene where there's a lot of talking, I'll get food. Sounds like a logical paradox. Cannot be perceived. Da 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 da. All due respect. May not know all the plants in the world. Rare plant species. Albedo. Think of something out of the box. Sucrose. Da 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 da. Hope. You're not gonna reveal your conclusion in the letter, but when we meet later. Thanks. Sucroses. One created of alchemy, but giving some thought. Flower a shaped mechanism. A clock in the shape of a flower. Okay. Read other letters. What do we got? Guide who will never get lost. Mona. Yada yada yada. Call on her at her place. Bennett letter. Do. Yeah, I'm not reading all of this. Fischl or Mona, because they're both very knowledgeable and brave. That is so cute. Okay, so attentive listener, torch out in the wild that illuminates everyone's path as it continues to burn bright. This is not meant for Kali. Don't read this. Oh, She was worried, and she's hoping that Kali finds out the secret behind friendship and happiness and yada yada. That's cute. My ability to read has apparently gone down the toilet. Do. I tried drawing a map showing vegetation distribution as well as dragon spotting calendar. Just well wishes. Okay. The one who would never lie. Sino's letter. Okay, he doesn't lie. But he's welcome. He's happy to join us. Oh, she's not someone who would never lie. She makes excuses to avoid choir practice. She tells herself white lies. Oh. So it's not Rosaria. Hey, thanks. I don't lie. I trust you. Come to me when you need me. I will always be there for you. That's cute, Razor. A legend that never ends. Good story lives on in people's hearts and it goes on forever. Good luck, little cuties. Mom writes Travel Dies, a story that the author spends their whole life writing will be a good one. Kali. Hopes and dreams. Encouraged by such stories. Read other letters. Have we gotten through them all? We got through them all. Okay, we read all the letters.
The rite of parting? Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world.
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost. Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Sino. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend.
As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Sino are willing to support us in our search. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams, and actively passed from one person to the next.
So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then?
You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time.
Or, let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
I have excellent timing. I just got back.
Wait!
Oh,
Wait
I guess
for me!
Timaeus got here eventually.
Oh, Timaeus!
He was just late.
What brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Huh? This is kinda sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time I, collaborated with a certain Miss Ying-ar?
No, remind me.
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we've stayed in touch through letters ever since.
Wait, so Ying-ar is the girl from Liyue that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters to Ying-ar the whole time?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, Our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics. Like
Is Ying our
perfumes,
horny
potions,
perfume girl?
alchemy.
I'm assuming it is at this point.
Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-Ar's heart.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-Ar?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart, transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that. I know full well that Miss Ying-Ar is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there. Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windblume Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-Ar to Mondstadt. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Huh?
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me. I feel incredibly guilty. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people. How could I ever hope to be worthy of Miss Ying-Ar's love if I'm so selfish?
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Ying-Ar?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now? You said you were gonna invite her to Mondstadt.
Well, yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
Well, you certainly convinced
That's kind of
Luna with
impressive,
that
honestly.
speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Ah, thank you, everyone. I promise to do everything I can to help.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never lie.
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three.
We each get a final pick and we gather at the crafting
We'll do
bench.
the honors.
Oh, hey, everybody's here.
We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name, too.
All right. We also have Klee.
That's me!
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Actually, I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
Oh, this is going to be a fun conversation.
According to the prophecy, once we've figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy. Wait, but
Oh,
where is
hey,
this
we just
lantern?
happen to have a note
We know
and a
something
map.
about that.
I already found out where it is.
What?
Ah, awkward. You make up a story about how you discovered the location by divining the winds.
That's amazing. You really know how to do everything.
Somebody
under the
heard
sun.
and gave it to us.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
Follow me.
This is it. We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy.
This is gonna be something really silly. Alright, let's go see where this is. I don't even know. Is it... Oh, it's down here on the coast. I'm gonna be real, I didn't expect it to be down here. Oh, it's up there. It's on the cliff. Okay. Yeah, I'm close. Is it gonna be like the sunrise or something?
According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look.
Let's see. Oh, it should be right up ahead. I guess we got there.
Aww. I don't see any lanterns here. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something?
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Exactly, even though we told you we divined it from the wind. Venti's note says we should look up and seek the answer from the sky.
I'm reading too. Huh? It says to look up. But there's nothing above us. The wind didn't trick us, did it?
Is the wind just code for Venti now? The slip also says now you should recite the incantation. Paimon, take a look at this.
Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Oh, this is gonna be constellations, isn't it?
Look, the wind is blowing.
Oh, for God's sakes, Venti, what kind of bullshit did you send us on?
Let's write it up and see where it leads us.
Huh? We'll have to fly up
here.
This is the first time I've ever flown like this.
This is a new island. You live in Mondstadt and you don't have a wind glider? This is new. Venti, what are you doing? I blame Venti for this.
How did this little island get up here in the sky? Did somebody make it?
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
Oh, good thinking, Kale. Huh. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a
Okay,
tea
is it
party.
Alice or Venti? That's the
I
question.
never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
This wasn't here before.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the lantern, too.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer look. Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment. Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Okay, so Albedo investigates all of it.
Questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms.
Then why am I
but
hearing slimes attacking?
I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
Why do you assume we have more than one
smart.
try?
But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Mona, is there something wrong? You're not looking too good.
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks.
Oh,
Thank you for offering, Clee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we stepped foot in here. But if
that's
nothing
us.
here has
That's the
actually been
audience.
physically tampered with, then no. Could that person be?
Mona just shivered. Did she sense some kind of grave
Mona?
power?
Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes. Let's test the hypothesis together, Clee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find
You need to
a
sit
flower that is
down.
not of this world,
You can do it, Sucrose.
then I would fetch a tetratanic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Kali, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others. I want to help others the same way Amber,
I thought we were
Master
doing the
Tighnari,
non-serious
Cyno,
answers
and everyone
first.
else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait, the lantern just lit up! Whoa, all four sides of the lantern are glowing!
Huh?
But all we did was submit a batch of test answers.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right.
It doesn't matter what answers are given.
What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it
No.
say we have to answer all the questions correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What?
Okay,
There's
what the
someone
hell's
else
happening
here?
now?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey, you're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
How did you miss that? She's
There's
not
no
subtle.
need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed?
I'm interesting.
It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Oh, it's like her mentor or something?
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you
talking
talking about?
It was her mentor.
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it.
Well, we don't have other options, so talk.
Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh.
What is happening?
Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Is this gonna be like Alice or something? It's Alice. Okay.
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
One of them your daughter.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Is Alice Mona? Is Alice also B?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
Oh, it's Alice. I'm here too.
And so's Clee.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
This is crazy.
So I see everyone's here. Well then,
okay.
My warmest greetings, everyone.
Alice, what the hell?
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of a sudden?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados.
Venti!
You must be commended for uncovering an
Venti
artifact
wanted to give us a
and
joke.
trusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
When did you find Barbados to give it to, anyways?
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
No, Venti's being a troll again.
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story. Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song."
I'm gonna be real, if you were
From then
challenging
on,
him, he'd probably
the
just laugh.
mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, He's the only one left.
Is that Albedo?
But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
Where's a big... Yeah, that's...
My lifespan is
15
nothing
times.
compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Okay, that's gonna be Mona's.
This looks interesting.
I think.
Let me scribe.
Okay, that one's Mona's, probably. Who's the storybook?
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship.
I would love to have more
Even
information
the
about
most
these guys.
frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
That was a lot to unpack.
Ah, so this is where the legendary mages held their meetings.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Why were you challenging
what
Barbados?
about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost,
Okay.
one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages.
What? Okay, we're getting a lot of lore really fast here.
When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold.
Is that the alchemist one, I think? Probably?
If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist,
Yeah, focus on
it would be
Albedo.
her.
It's the alchemist. Okay.
The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she
Albedo's
is a truly
creator, okay.
extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study.
She's probably one of the other kingdoms, whichever one's the order.
Some of
one.
you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide people toward the truth when a change has occurred in the world.
What?
She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning. If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
I'm
Who would have
suspicious.
guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world and that they would all know each other?
The one who would never
Yeah.
lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity and candor. As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
Can we ever get an explanation on what species Alice is or how any of that works? I know we're not gonna, but it'd be nice.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning. I used to
Purpose
think
of
that the
that.
Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea of becoming a mage.
You're right.
Can we get
I've
Lisa
never
up here?
acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the Hexen Circle after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the Supreme Blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination. Dear
And
child,
those who we meet along the way.
I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
Oh.
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windblume again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still remember.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day many, many years ago that Jay tied the knot. Ah, just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windblume Festival to the fullest.
Alice's voice fades and the lantern grows dim. It's once again just a regular piece of decor. For a moment, everyone looks lost in thought, but soon chatter begins to fill the space again. Before long, everyone spreads their gliders to return to Mondstadt.
Whoa! Ah, Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
This was cute, though. It's a very cute storyline. Well, I need to go to a statue anyways. Might as well stop by there. Nah. We'll finish the quest off and then we'll do it.
Body and mind.
There you go. Poor Timaeus.
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just, let it out.
I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
Okay. Sure thing.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Windblume Festival's special ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
Well, we got a fun story.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yinger, right? Do you want Kale and I to accompany you?
Double date!
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me. Now that I've come back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
Huh?
Is it Yinger? It's her. Oh, it's her.
Miss Yingar?
Oh, so that's Miss Yinger? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar. But how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Well, of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time. You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right? Well then, of course I had to come and find you instead.
Should we go see how they're doing?
Let's leave them alone.
You get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we get hit by them enough as it is.
We'll just leave them alone then.
They look quite happy. Maybe that's what the Windblume's all about. Your adventure has come to an end. Everyone bids farewell.
I'm so glad to see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy. And you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much bigger heart than I do.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities.
Can you two just go on a proper date?
Spread over different parts of our personalities.
Okay.
I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept myself?
No.
Well...
You can always learn to accept yourself.
Do you know anything about the blooming cycles of
Hey, Alex the Devil, 666.
I may have read about that in a book before.
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date.
I'm doing good today. How are you?
One time
We're just playing some
month.
Genshin. Going
She
through the
called my
Windblume
dad
Festival.
the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once, all with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do.
Good, just gaming? What are you up to? What are you playing?
Okay, I'll try my best.
They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
Then we should butt out and let them have their date. Well, isn't it great they're getting along so well?
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture. Are these seeds?
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. These are the seeds of the sweet flower cultivars that I've worked on. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. So, I really hope that you'll like them.
Playing some Atomic Heart?
They're super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my Windblooms for this year. I wish that the Animo Archon could also see how lovely they are.
And Venti's gonna walk up.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest and take good care of them.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time. Mondstadt's doors will always remain open to you.
Thank you so much. Really, I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy.
Ah, Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
Let's interrupt all the happy ones. Okay, all those who play Genshin are simps. Are you a simp? I really like some of the characters, yeah.
Once into this test tube. I will save this breath of joy and use it in my research.
Not for any of these ones. For these ones, I'm mostly a shipper.
Of course.
The fluid turns a deep violet. A small sparkling cloud then puffs out of the test tube and rises into the air like a marshmallow before it's taken away by the wind.
Huh?
That's odd.
What was that?
It was like a little cloud of happiness, and now it flew away.
Okay, that happened.
Luckily, there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll seal it up for now. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs in my research.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like
How long
you
have I
found a new
played
pen
Genshin?
pal.
Master Tainari!
I have a main account where I've been playing almost as soon as it came out.
If your friendship was forged in a
I've
test
been...
tube, does that make you test friends forever?
God damn it, Sino.
That's it. I think
okay.
you've ruined Sumeru's
I'm gonna pause that for a
reputation in
second.
Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
I'm going to pause that while I answer, because otherwise I'm going to be thrown off by more of Sino's puns. I have a main account where I've been playing pretty much as soon as it came out, though I take breaks and am currently quite behind because I hadn't played in a while. On this stream account, I just finished defeating, I just finished the Leeway questline, and I was about to start on the Dainsleif one when the Windblume came up, but since I could quick start it, I decided to do this. Even though it means interacting with all of these characters I've never actually met in the proper plot.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
If you're interested, you can see all of my Genshin videos
Traveler,
on my
this
YouTube
card
that
back
has
is
all
for
the
you.
plot. Didn't Sino commission this?
Sino wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you challenge him to a duel.
Yeah,
I'm a master of the
exclamation
game.
point links and you
Do
can
you dare
find my
challenge
YouTube.
me?
No, because I'm not at that adventure rank yet.
Let's knock him off his high horse.
It's time to do. Can we not duel, please? I don't
got
have that
something
adventure
to
rank
give
yet,
you,
and I
too.
don't want to.
Huh? Kali has a gift for us?
Yeah, I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepared a few small things themed after the Windblume festival.
Oh, it's bookmarks. They're so pretty.
I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber, Master Tainari, and Sino. During Windblume, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tainari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
You have a difficult challenge for me.
In this case, we can consider
It's
ourselves as
rally
regular
hard.
siblings. And that should be just fine.
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt.
Whoa, are these really for us?
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
So, are these your chosen Windblooms?
Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisauras and Sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt,
Do a Paimon
they are the
voice.
flowers that can best
no.
express my feelings. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for.
I don't really do
To
voices.
those who I wish to accompany as we greet more seasons and future Windblooms together. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so.
I can do a high-pitched voice if you want,
I'm so happy
but
to hear you say
I'm
that.
not good at mimicking voices.
Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there? Huh? Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
Yeah, I'm not really one for voices. Okay, card back for the card game that I can't play. Is that everything for this? Cool. Where do you get Windblume's breath? Okay, doesn't say what they are. I've been the first to say no. Okay. What prizes do you get that from? Oh well, I'll worry about it later. Okay, so we'll probably leave this. Do I have pets? Not currently, no. I used to have cats, but unfortunately they passed a few years ago. I like pets, but don't currently have any. Should we keep going and go back to the Dainsleif quest, guys? Now that we've done the Windblume, I'll do the other mini games and get more gems and stuff later, but they're kind of frustrating and would involve more cursing than I really want to do on stream. Let's talk to Lawrence about Dainsleif.
Honorary knight. Is something the matter?
So I'm looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb.
I'd like to remind everyone
He was
doesn't
wandering
have
all
an
over
eye
Mondstadt
patch.
at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
It's just a dude in weird clothes. That doesn't mean he's bad news.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
This is Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Why is some one dude in
Body and
weird
mind.
clothes? Big deal. Oh yeah, I wonder how many... Ooh. Yo, Micropixels, you still here? Do you want to watch me do some more wishes? I know that's something you adore. I'll talk to Wagner while I wait for a response. Hell
What?
yes? Okay.
You need something?
Looking for a stranger with an eye patch.
Here. I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master D-Luke probably has his eye on that stranger too then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have a look.
Okay, I know why we care. I don't know why so many other people in this town are this concerned about this guy. Alright, let's purchase 2 more wishes from this. So we'll do another 2. 3-star. Black tassel. And, oh, just another 3-star. Bloodstained greatsword. Nothing interesting there. I'll go over to Angel's Share, but I think I am about done for today. I should probably get some more substantial food than the small snacks I grabbed while we were in cutscenes. And my ability to talk is going out the window, along with should probably start prepping for supper. So, I will close out of Genshin here. And pull over here. So I hope y'all had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I look forward to seeing you again. Current plan for next stream is Monday night. We should be looking at, I think it's Cozy Grove Monday night. Yeah, it should be anyways. Things may change, but that is the current plan. So let's go and see if we have anybody fun to raid. If you like the content, follow, subscribe if you're on YouTube, comment, like, chat. You all know the spiel. I'll toss links in here. Feel free to check out my YouTube if you want to see the VODs for previous things I have played and previous runs in the games. I have played... Oh, God, that's a terrible selection on autofilter. Okay, who else do I got? Okay, do we want to see Momero do some art? Kirat play Potionomics. Striker play Metroid Fusion. Carabera play Valorant. That's about what I got. A lot of people are doing special events, whatever that means. They seem to mostly be debuts of new models and things. Anybody got a preference on who to see? Bottom tier is playing Super Metroid. That's also an option. So, Valorant, Metroid Fusion, Super Metroid, Potionomics, or art? Anybody got a preference? I do not see a preference. Okay, let's go see... Let's go see Striker. If I could spell it, that'd be better. S-T-R-Y-K. Or not. His isn't showing up. Oh, there it is. Let me peek. Yeah, he's not doing closing. So we'll go raid him. He's a cool guy. Give you guys something interesting to watch. Okay, once again, hope y'all had a good time. See you next time. Follow, subscribe, follow on Twitch. Like, subscribe, comment, write in the suggestion box, whatever. See you later. Bye.